Conference 3 seasons ago. But more importantly, both of these teams come into today's contest looking for their first conference win. And the winner today will take a giant step toward contending for their division crown. For more on today's contest, let's go down to my broadcast partner, John Kelly. John?
Hey, Charlie, for the home team to stay in that SWAC title race, they will need a big game out of their star linebacker, Dearest Thomas. Indeed, he is a force. Leads the team in tackles with 43, also the team leader in sacks. And do not, I repeat, do not let his physical size fool you. Just 6'1", 195 pounds. He has that big dog attitude, big impact on and off the field. And also, Thomas will be a big reason why this team has a chance to snap a 3-game skid. With that, let's send it over to Courtney Tate. See, Tate, what's happening?
Yeah, John, that Bethune-Cookman defense is going to have a tall task today against TSU's running game. The TSU Tigers are coming in second in the SWAC in rushing yards, and they're led by 2 key running backs, Ladarius Owens and Ja'Cory Howard. Both backfield mates are coming off season-high performances in that last matchup against Lincoln, and we're expecting the ball to be in their hands for a majority of the game today. They are faring out to be one of the best running back rooms in the conference. Charlie, what do you got?
All right, Courtney, when we come back, we'll find the 4th member of our broadcast team, Nia Simone. She's somewhere down there in that homecoming crowd.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Ford. You see the name driving down almost every road in America. But you'll also find it in other places. On the grip of hammers raising homes, in toy boxes, and classrooms. Because over 2,900 Ford dealerships nationwide means more people serving more communities like yours for more than 120 years. Ford, we are all in on America.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the fastest route.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Ben, take a seat.
So, what you did earlier, right? Huge mistake.
Colossal.
Not signing up for Hilton Honors Points?
You're a business traveler now. Time to start acting like it.
When you want to earn points like it's your job, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. Local now. Where you are is where it's at.
I'm cooking up all the campus vibes for you all during BCU's homecoming. It's been an exciting week, and I am so excited to bring all of the vibes, all of the fun, all of the celebration happening this weekend. It's 100 years of BCU football, and we're celebrating at HBCU Go. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you.
I'm talking about.
But, you know, Nia has to think about us. She didn't bring any. She's out there in the parking lot. We're up here.
It's early. It's early. She's going to hook us up, man. Those burgers look nice. Getting this party started.
Yeah, you look at Raymond Woody. He's in his first year as the head coach of these Bethune-Cookman team, the Tigers. Wildcats, I should say. The Tigers on the other side. And he's in his first year. 13 years as a high school head coach. He's done a fantastic job. And, you know, he got the job late in the recruiting process. Ed Reed had decided he was going to come in, and then there was a debacle with him. And so finally they settled on a player who a young man who played here, played at Bethune-Cookman, and had a pretty good career as a linebacker with this particular squad.
Yeah, tough guy. Back to his alma mater. Said he's really excited to be back here. Means a lot to be leading his team in doing a lot with a little this year. Again, didn't have a ton of time, but his team slowly starting to find that vibe and rhythm that he's looking for to get this team in that win column.
Ladarius Owens, one of the deep men to return this kick for Texas Southern. Bethune won the toss. They're deferred. They will be kicking off. And the man who has the ball on the tee is Cade Hector. And the other man back deep to receive this is Quade Davis. Comes down to Owens at the 15. Knocked off his feet a little bit, then bounces to the outside and goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And a flag, late flag, comes in.
He put him down after they were clearly out of bounds, so I'm not surprised that flag came out.
And this is going against Texas Southern, who actually is the least, I should say Bethune-Cookman, who's one of the most penalized teams in the conference.
Yeah, see, they had him, and then he goes ahead and gives him that flip there, and the referee's right on top of that. So that's, you know, that's unnecessary. You don't want someone to get hurt. I like aggressive play. Got to be smart.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Number 26, kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Steve Peterman was the man who was guilty of the infraction for Bethune-Cookman. And now, as you heard from Brandon Bullock, our referee, hopefully we don't have a lot of flags today, because both of these teams, neither one of these teams get a lot of penalties, especially Bethune. Bethune's one of the least penalized teams in the conference.
Yeah, and that drives coaches crazy when you get a chance to watch your team with a lot of penalties.
As you look at Jace Wilson, he'll lead the offense for Texas Southern. Coach McKinney. There you see the stats on him. He's a 5'11" sophomore out of Missouri City, Texas. Takes over for Andrew Body, who got injured last year. Played in the first game against Texas Southern, re-injured that shoulder, and is being redshirted for the rest of the season. Jaron Hill Johnson could not hold on to that pass right across midfield.
Yeah, that's one you got to have. They put the three receivers on the right side there, kind of flooded the area wide open. He just mishandled that one, so that's an incomplete pass. But, you know, when you expect this team to be throwing, you got to get those early catches to set the tone so you can also open up that run game.
Second down, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. And the quarterback decides he's going to keep it. That is Jace Wilson, and he loses yards, as Laquan Johnson was there to make the stop defensively. Big number 98.
Big man.
He's a senior out of Flint, Michigan. As you look at the offensive line, it averages 308 pounds for Texas Southern, with Hempfield along with Nance, Jones, Brown, and Mordecai Torrance up front. There you see Ladarius Owens in the backfield. Lewis is out. Normally we would see him, John Xavier Lewis. And also you have Shane is the tight end, along with your receivers Bennett, Davis, and Jaron Johnson. That is 3rd down. It is 3rd and about 14.
Trips receivers up top again. The opening play, they did that to spread that defense, watch for them to go airborne up top.
Here's Wilson back to pass, lets it go, has a man open across midfield, and it's complete for a first down right at the 41-yard line. Sparrow is there defending, but the reception made by Trenton Leary.
Yeah, they set this one up nicely, Charlie. Again, spreading those receivers around, he kind of hooked in and found that soft spot.
Quick hurry-up offense right now. And another pass complete on the far sideline. And on the receiving end is again, Leary once again on the reception. So 2 receptions for Mr. Leary. 14 different receivers have caught passes this year for Texas Southern. This time they keep the ball on the ground, coming this way, and running for some great yards is again Ladarius Owens, 2nd in the conference in yards per game, as Steven Sparrow made the stop defensively. Again, the hurry-up offense, 1st down and 10. Quarterback keeps it. That's Wilson. Nothing doing for him that time. Bunch of dark jerseys there to make the stop. Eddie Walls along with Laquan Johnson Jr. were there to stop. As we look at the defense for Bethune-Cookman, down lineman Amari Jones, Hall, Deontay Washington, and Eddie Walls in the linebacker spot. We talked about Darius Thomas along with Shelton Quarles, and in the secondary, Jodon Harris Christian is a nickelback. He'll come in and out along with Thornhill and Omari Hill Robinson. Keeping the ball on the ground. No gain on this play, maybe a half a yard, and that's about it.
Charlie, head coach Clarence McKinney, he said that he loved the fact that the timing of the week off last week. It was well timed for them. They were a little bit banged up. They're fresh off a victory, so they're hoping this momentum keeps going. This is what he was looking for, a strong opening drive.
Yeah, so they're going to heal some injuries with that bye week a week ago. 3rd down and 10. Wilson back to pass. Wilson has some room, takes off and runs, and will be short of the first down. Dropped down at about the 23-yard line, and as Darius Thomas, SWAC's number 5 tackler, coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, great pursuit on this one, Charlie. We talked about him in the pregame. Thomas throws some great speed in his lateral movement there. Again, only 6'1", 195. He can move sideline to sideline. That's what really makes him dangerous.
So we're looking at a field goal for Texas Southern. This will be a 40-yard field goal. Falkenberg is the man back to do the honors. Left-footed kicker, 4 of 6 in the field goal department this year. Kick is up, has the distance, and it hits him upright on the right side and bounces back.
Man, on target, but just a bit wide to the right. Bangs that post. That's a tough one.
Yes, it was. They drove down the field from their own 41. Had a chance to take a 3-0 lead. But the right upright says, not on my homecoming. We'll be back.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
2nd down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the bands, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate.
Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3, 2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Last season, Torrey sat down with Francis Tiafu, Jennifer King, Doc Rivers, Debbie Allen, Keenan Thompson, Tyler Perry, and Don Peebles. This season, on Masters of the Game, Maisha Kai sits down with Tabitha Brown, Charles King, Jesse Collins, Nikki Giovanni, and more. Catch up on thegrio.com or the Grio app. Check your local listings for the Grio.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Welcome to The Grio, bringing you the stories that move us.
From culture, news, and politics, these are stories told in a way that is meaningful and important for everyone.
From the clean water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, abortion rights, mental health, and celebrity scoops.
We'll be here every day to keep you on top of what's happening in the world as we know it. The Grio, stories powered by us.
Watch our shows live every weeknight on the Grio cable. Check your local listings.
You're watching HBCU Go Sports, powered by the Grio. And there's no score right now. We're in the first quarter, 11:31 to go. And Bethune-Cookman gets the ball for the first time, led by Walter Simmons. Walter Simmons III, sophomore, redshirt sophomore out of Orange Park, Florida. Had a chance to talk to Larry Little, and this young man's dad played for Larry Little when Larry was coaching here at Bethune-Cookman University.
Keeps that pigskin DNA alive.
Keeping it all alive, right? Here's Simmons calling the plays. Gives off and running straight ahead. Jimmy Robinson, the third, and a lot of white jerseys around him. Picks up yards about maybe 3 yards. As you look at the offensive line for Bethune-Cookman, their offensive line averages 304 pounds. Overton, his dad played professional football. You look at Khalil, the tight end. He's his older brother, and Khalil has a twin on the team, and Jimmy Robinson just got the carry just a moment ago. So it is 2nd down after a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Back to pass is Simmons. Lets it go. Far side. Has it complete. Javius Williams there to make the stop on the tight end, Khalil Overton. As you look at the defensive line for Texas Southern with Bozier, Noel, Pippins, and Akins up top. Trent normally would be at that left tackle or left end spot, but he's injured. You look at Benjamin, Williams, Henderson, and Player in the secondary. Again, Williams back to pass. Simmons rather back to pass, and he has dropped down. Loses a yard or 2 on the play.
Tried to dance out of that, Charlie. Just kind of slipped on his foot, and you'll see here, it looks like he feels a little bit of an opening, but kind of tripped up on his own feet. But that pressure all season long on these guys, that's what Raymond Woody Jr. was talking about. They have 19 sacks this year, worst in the conference. So Woody has seen his quarterback under pressure all year long. They're going to have to give him better protection.
19 for 107 yards. That's a lot of yards. So again, Frederick rather, back to punt it away. Good high kick. Fielded at the 30-yard line. And out to the 40, a 10-yard return on that 46-yard punt. And Texas Southern gets the ball for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Well, we've seen the starting quarterback in there, Jace Wilson. He's been doing a nice job. Andrew Body, great talent. Great all year last year, injured his shoulders. Jace has had to come in. Jace Williams, a young man, proving that he could step in. And Coach said he was really pleased. Clarence McKinney pleased the way that he came in and took snaps like he was the starter, even when they were unsure Body was coming back. So he's earned that leadership role, and the team is really starting to buy into it. Andrew Body's done a great job from the sidelines, helping become a coach to help the young kid really get his bearings.
And he's on the sideline, and we'll get a shot of him, I'm sure, some point in time in the game as we get the handoff. Goes off the left side, and they're keeping the ball on the ground as Darius Thomas, who's been all over the place this afternoon on the defensive side of the ball, making the stop. And that time was Corey Howard.
Andrew Body, number 1.
There's Andrew Body. Got hurt in the last game of the season last year against Alabama A&M. This pass is complete. Good for about 6 yards, 7 yards. Just about a yard shy of the 1st down. On the receiving end was Quay Davis before Iverson Clement made the stop.
They're going to keep it moving, Charlie.
Hurry up offense. And we got offsides, and that comes against Ebenezer Debula. He was the man who made the move on the defensive side of the ball, and guess what? He's coming out.
Yeah, they got a little anxious on that one. You know, it looked like they were coming with the blitz.
Number 90, defense with contact. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Yeah, Debula is a redshirt junior out of Ottawa, Canada.
You'll see this right in the middle here. He gets a little amped up. You know, when you got your finely tuned automobile idling there, you kind of crank it up and step on that accelerator a little too soon sometimes, wanting to make a big hit.
And he gave him a 1st down at the 46-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. Back to pass is Wilson. Wilson standing in there, gets it complete, and getting 1st down yardage again with his 3rd catch of the day. You're talking about Trent Leary.
Yeah.
Quarles and Clement was there to stop him defensively. You're talking about this young man Leary, sophomore to Austin, Texas. Pass outside. This is incomplete. King Blanton was the intended receiver on that one. So we're seeing some new people getting some opportunities in terms of the receiving end for this Texas Southern team. You're talking about Leary, the young man who's caught 3 passes already. You know, he only came into the game with something like 1 catch all season long, and he's had 3 in this one today.
Yeah, they go deep, so we'll see a lot of balls being tossed around here to a lot of different receivers.
2nd and 10. Ladarius Owens is in the backfield with his quarterback Jace Wilson right now. Wilson pass. He's going to be sacked.
Pressure.
He's going to be sacked. Second least sacked team in the conference. Only sacked 8 times coming in. Adrian Hall, number 44, was the man who came in to make that stop defensively.
Yeah, Wilson didn't have much time to think here. That pocket just collapses right on top of him. A lot of black jerseys in there, and he actually had a couple of receivers that were springing free. I like what they're doing on the Texas Southern side right now, Charlie, with those trips receivers. They're up top on this play. They're doing a great job of spreading out those DBs and finding holes.
3rd and 15 now. Screen pass to Owens. Turns the corner. Has the first down. Still on his feet. Inside the 5. And out of bounds. He may have stepped out at about the 8-yard line before he was tackled, but a good screen. Look at the offensive lineman pulling out there.
Great setup, Charlie. He had a nice entourage to get him there, and he smelled that end zone right now as he starts to put it into overdrive. And watch him bang up in here. If his left foot doesn't go out, he was not going to be stopped.
Again, going straight ahead. And it's Owens again and Quan Johnson there to make the stop on the defensive side of the ball for Bethune-Cookman and the Wildcats.
Owens a workhorse on this drive, and again, give the Texas Southern offense credit for doing a nice job of mixing it up, finding receivers downfield, making the defense play honest, and then opening up with that little slick screen to the left there.
2nd and goal. Wilson going to the air. Incomplete. Shelton Quarles covering or knocking it away. Shelton Quarles, whose dad played for Tampa Bay and now is the director of football operations for the Buccaneers.
Very, very nice. And his son right here, director of this place, saying, not in my territory, brother.
3rd and goal. Wilson and Owens. Wilson calling the signals. Owens moves to his left.
Got to take advantage of the red zone here.
Pass. Too big. Had him. A little bit too big that time. Again, Leary, the intended receiver, and Jabari Jodan was the man covering. So another field goal attempt coming for this Texas Southern team. They had a 40-yarder a little earlier.
Yeah.
That just wouldn't go. Falkenberg is in to try one more time. Came into the game 4 of 6. He's now 4 of 7. This one will be a 24-yard field goal attempt.
Charlie, missed opportunity on that last one. Leary had a step on that. Had he led him and Wilson put it out in front of him, they would have rung up 6 points.
The left-footed kicker gets this one up, and this one is good. So Texas Southern gets on the board first. They lead it 3-0 here in Daytona Beach, trying to spoil Bethune-Cookman's homecoming on HBCU Go.
Lowe's knows you want to make everyone feel at home. That's why with Hisense appliances, you can get a lot more for less. Because the only thing better than deals on quality appliances is the quality time that follows. Shop Hisense appliances now, only at Lowe's.
Why don't I have the new iPhone 15 Pro? At T-Mobile, new and existing customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium. Amazing. We're amazing.
Get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us now and the freedom to upgrade every year. Only at T-Mobile.
You know, CarMax has a 30-day money-back guarantee on every car they sell.
Yep, they named it after me.
No, they didn't.
30. It's my jersey.
CarMax is so sure you'll love your car, they give you 30 days.
It's my nickname. Steph, 30-day money-back guarantee Curry.
Nobody calls you that.
Hey, you want an autograph? Steph, 30-day money-back guarantee Curry.
This was a new shirt.
You're welcome.
You can't stop a force of nature. This hurricane season, rely on one of your own. It's a fact. No other news network out there is trusted more than the Weather Channel.
This is epic.
Trusted to give you every advantage before the storm. Trusted to be there where and when you need us. Trusted to bring you every angle of the storm using landfall cams on our streaming TV app.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Because America doesn't trust hurricane season to just anyone.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
Second down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the bands, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate.
Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3, 2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Want to know where to get the best wings in the city of Daytona? Bethune Grill has been known to serve the community and students of BCU since 1997. They are known for their famous and tasty honey wings. This is what keeps customers coming back every time.
Yes.
You know, my problem with Nia is she never brings a doggy bag.
Can you hook a brother up?
She always has the great food, but she never has the doggy bag.
Yeah, we do. I'm going to send her a text right now.
Had a chance to
look nice.
Her mom is here. Had a chance to meet
beautiful
her
mother.
Mom.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get on her. Touch the mom and say, hey, look, you got to do something.
I can't blame her though for getting caught up in the magic. That stuff looks good. I'd still be sitting there myself.
Here's the kickoff. They kicked it away from him last week, didn't allow him to touch it. That was Alabama State.
Today's got
see
one.
what happened. Yeah, well, he got a chance to touch it today.
He said, let me get a couple extra yards out of that.
Very dangerous return, man. 21 yards for Bethune-Cookman. They get the ball for the second time. As you look at Darnell Dees, one of the top punt return and kick return men in the conference.
Yeah, my mama told me he's a dangerous man.
There's his kick.
Look at that, man.
He had last year he had 2. We saw him against Mississippi Valley, a 98-yarder, 97-yarder, and there's a flag down. So it looks like they're going to do it again. They may give him another opportunity.
Well, I'll tell you, Charlie, if you have one 90-plus yard touchdown return on a kickoff in your career, that's great. If you have 2, it's mind-blowing. To have 2 in the same season is just phenomenal.
He had 1 the year before. Still looking for 1 this year.
Well, maybe get it today.
Yeah, well, Dees is longest that came a 34-yarder. He had a 34-yard return against Memphis early on in the season. Preseason, first-team all-conference SWAC specialist. Last season, he led the conference in kickoff returns, and we just show you that graphic. He had that 89-yarder 2 years ago against Alabama A&M. As you look at Clarence McKinney.
And Dakari Allen Johnson, not bad either back there.
No, indeed. And it comes to Dees at the 5-yard line right now. Here comes Dees. Up the gut he goes. Still on his feet. And up across the 30. So it's a 26, 27-yard return.
Last week we saw against Alabama State, they refused to kick to him.
No, they didn't. They made sure he didn't touch the ball last week at all. So from their own 32-yard line, we see Bethune-Cookman with the ball for the second time today. Walter Simmons leading them out. He's their quarterback. Simmons came into the game, shoots at about for the season 55% of his passes he completed, 47 of 85, 2 touchdowns, only 1 interception after throwing 85 passes. So that's pretty good.
See if they can crank it up. They call their offense the NASCAR tempo.
Well, they get it complete to Tink Boyd on the near side. Tink Boyd with the reception, grad student out of Richmond, Virginia. Xavier Player on the defensive side for Texas Southern. Tink Boyd transferred in from Virginia Tech. Last week had 3 catches for something like 13 yards against Alabama State. It is second down, 2nd and 3 after that 7-yard gain. Handing off and nothing doing for Jimmy Robinson. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, they'll be satisfied with that because Simmons has to do a nice job of hanging on. Almost lost the handle on it on the snap, so they're just happy they got it back into some hands and fell on it not to lose that ball.
Akins made the stop defensively.
There it is.
Here's a bad
Same thing.
Snap, and the quarterback wisely, Walt Simmons, just falls on it to avoid any further damage.
Yeah, he had trouble, little trouble on the previous one. You'll see this one slips right through his hands. Doesn't look like a bad snap. A little bit to the side, but you still got to get that. If it's anywhere within your hips, as a quarterback, you got to make sure you get the ball before you start looking. He was looking downfield, so 2 snaps in a row. They're lucky they didn't turn it over, but now in a bad position.
They lost 13 yards on that drive.
Yeah, man.
They're punting
Hitting
from
the wrong
their own
direction.
19. They started at their own 32 and punting from their own 19-yard line. And it's Frederic who's going to punt it away again. The junior, redshirt out of Tampa, Florida, came in averaging just about 39 yards per punt. Punted twice a week ago. One of them was a 10-yarder, if you remember.
I do remember very well.
But he's done a better job of punting high kicks today. This one goes out of bounds right in front of the Bethune-Cookman bench, and it'll be spotted at about the 45-yard line. And when we come back, it'll be Texas Southern. They lead it 3-0. They'll get the ball for the 3rd time right here in Daytona Beach.
Our House of Law on Justice Central. Check your local listings.
3-0 our score here in Daytona Beach, along with Nia Simone, Courtney Tate, John Kelly, Charlie Neal. Glad you could be with us for our game here on HBCU Go. And you see the homecoming crowd here at Daytona Beach. As many people outside as there are inside.
Yeah, party continues. You know, you got to get slices of both of them. There's plenty of time. You can get in here and check out the game. Got to get some grub.
3rd possession for Texas Southern. 1 field goal missed, 1 made. They lead it 3-0. A little swing pass out in the flat, and it goes down to Owens. Owens picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Darius Thomas was there to make the stop defensively for Bethune-Cookman. And in the possessions so far for this Texas Southern team, John, they've gotten the ball in the red zone. And this is something that's very important to them because coming into the game, they were 9th in red zone offense. And this one's incomplete on the near side.
And while I know they're happy they came away with some points, and this is where a game, Clarence McKinney's saying, okay, fellas, we're getting down there. We're happy to get in that red zone. Well, let's ring it up and get the touchdowns.
Now it's 3rd down and 6 for this Texas Southern team. And when talking about red zone, they were 9 of 12 in the red zone department, and only 6 of those were touchdowns. So they want to, get it across the goal line other than just field goals.
Big time, big time. Win more games doing that. It's just a mathematical problem.
Now we see Ja'Cory Howard in the backfield, rather. And Ja'Cory Howard swings out to the left. Here's the quarterback, has some running room, takes off, and should get the 1st down. Close to it. Let's see where the officials mark it. And it was Ebenezer Debula who ran him out of bounds.
And he does the heads up thing. You don't want to force that, especially when you're still, early in the game. But he found an opening, saw that, and he reaches out and sticks the ball out and gets enough for that 1st down to move the sticks.
And it is a 1st down across midfield into Bethune-Cookman territory. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action. Wilson throws it away on the left side. You know, talking to Coach McKinney earlier this week, I asked him, I said, how do you like your team now at this juncture of the season after, 5 games? And he said, I like how the team really has rallied around Wilson.
Yes.
With Body being injured and being out. Body played only the first game of the season. That was against Prairie View. Hasn't seen any action since.
Yeah, Jace Wilson actually has a long history with Coach McKinney. He grew up through summer camps with McKinney's son, so they go way back. So he's loved his maturity. Evolution.
And the pass is complete to Jaron Johnson. Not much running room. Let's go down to Courtney.
Hey, Charlie, we've mentioned a couple of times Andrew Body deciding to take that medical red shirt, but we mentioned also just the level of companionship that Andrew Body is giving on this sideline. He's turned into a sideline coach. I can see it right here. He has the headset on, and he says, Coach McKinney tells us earlier, he said that Andrew Body is now being able to get in there with Jace Wilson, and he's been able to improve Jace Wilson's game on the field. This is now his 3rd consecutive game without throwing an interception. So it seems like although Andrew Body had to take that medical red shirt, he's still making a huge impact here on the sidelines. Guys, back over to you.
He certainly is, and we had a chance to spend a little time with him before the game and hang out with him a little bit. And I'll tell you, he's a heck of a young man.
What a great character young man, Charlie. I met him for the first time last year, and watching his evolution and dealing with this injury psychologically, physically, it has been tough, but he has really matured. I'm a huge fan. Love what this young man's about. When he comes back from injury, we know he's going to be that superstar he's always been, but I give him huge credit for really taking ownership of this and helping make a teammate and his team better from the sideline. Hats off to him.
Patrick Helen is the man punting it away. And good bounce if it doesn't go into the end zone, and it doesn't. Down at about the 1-yard line, make it the 2. And that's a 44-yard punt for Mr. Helen. Yeah. Helen came in averaging 38 yards per punt. As long as 52, but none better than the one he just did.
Yeah, punters don't get a lot of love like that, man. Celebrate, baby.
This is not just a shot. This is wellness made easy for those who've got plans. Get your flu shot and other vaccines in one trip. Schedule online today.
Zoom in close and I might strike a pose. I'm in my zone, but I'm sure that you know. Too much drip, it ain't my fault. It's in my fit, it's in my walk.
Will you marry me?
Zoom, 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 zoom in on me.
Wow.
Buy the Google Pixel 8 Pro from Verizon and get Pixel 8 Pro and Pixel Watch 2 on them.
Rainbow sprinkles, jammy filling, and frosting? Friends, Pop-Tarts, pastry mates, lend me your ears.
Oh boy, we're going off the crust again.
Did we get it? I think we got it.
Pop-Tarts!
Crazy good. The Griot, everywhere.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood. Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
HBCU Go Sports is brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, and by Gain, America's #1 scent. And you get a shot of Mary McLeod Bethune, the founder of Bethune-Cookman University. She founded it back in 1904, 119 years ago. Over 2,500 students now enrolled at the school, and Lawrence Banks is the interim president. And I'll tell you, it has a lot of history. School motto: enter to learn, depart to serve.
I like
it. Yeah. 2023, we talked about the fact that this is the 100th year of football. The school's 119 years old, but the 100th year of football here in Daytona Beach.
We've got some cool shots coming up, too, showing that original football team, man. All-time classic.
Keeping the ball on the ground, trying to bounce it to the outside. This time is Terry Lindsay. First time we've seen him run the ball today.
Yeah, nice
Lindsay, a junior, redshirt junior from Fort Myers, Florida. Canary Simmons making the stop defensively for Texas Southern, getting them some breathing room. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Again, not much running room that time for the young man, as Jacob Williams was there to make the stop defensively. He's the team's leading tackler for Texas Southern. Jacob Williams, a junior out of Fresno, Texas, went to Hightower High down there.
Yeah, they just really haven't on offense found a groove yet. You know, ranked, I believe last in rushing and total offense. So they really need to emphasize focusing on details and opening it up so they can have some chances to break some big plays.
Still 3rd down and 2. Lindsay stays in there at the running back spot. Simmons calling the signals. Simmons back to pass. 3rd and 2. Will be close and may have the first down as Jacob Williams made the stop.
Yeah, did a good job dancing in there. Kind of got a little congested on top of him. Couldn't find a receiver, so he decided, look, I see that first down mark. Let me go ahead and do it myself.
Again, keeping the ball on the ground, and the quarterback decides to keep it. That is Simmons, and doesn't get anywhere.
Well,
Run down by Jacob Williams. 3 straight tackles by Mr. Williams.
He's out there working hard for that money. You know, Raymond Woody Jr. says his quarterback, Simmons, he knows he can throw it with the best of them. He's been putting some layers on his throws, but he's also a threat running, so he wants to really open it up where he can be that run-pass option.
Now back to pass. Simmons under pressure, lets it go. Very dangerous pass that time. The closest offensive player to it was Dakari Allen Johnson, and there was a lot of white jerseys around him.
Yeah, they were in there early and often. The Tigers smothering him. They've been really collapsing that pocket on him all day and forcing him to make quick decisions, whether it's throw a ball that might be picked off or just take off and run. So they're not giving Walter much of a chance to breathe.
3rd down and 10. Again, Simmons back to pass. Has room, takes off, decides to throw it, and throws it away. And it'll be a 4th down.
Punting once again.
4th and 10. And again, it'll be Frederic, the redshirt junior out of Tampa, Florida, back to do the honors.
Again, give the Tiger defense big credit for forcing the action. They're not waiting for anything. They're being active, and they're getting up into Simmons' face. So the pressure from that front line, big job.
Trenton Leary is the man back to receive this punt. He's standing right at about his own 40-yard line. Frederic standing right at his own goal line. Gets off a pretty good kick. Bounces. And will take a bounce and go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 43-yard punt. Bethune-Cookman trailing 3-0, and Texas Southern getting the ball for the 4th time this afternoon from their own 40-yard line. They drove down to the 23 their first possession, tried a 40-yard field goal, which was no good. The second possession, they went to the Bethune 7 and came away with a 24-yard field goal. The last possession, they started at their own 45, got down to the Bethune 45, had to punt it away. Now this is their 4th possession as you look at Jace Wilson. This is what he's done so far today. Running to the left is Owens. Owens maybe a yard to the 41-yard line. Darius Thomas coming up to make the stop. He's the leading tackler for this Bethune-Cookman team. Ranked 5th in the conference in tackles for loss and 6th in the conference for overall tackles. There he is.
Yeah,
out of Naples, Florida. Yep.
He gets the job done.
Transferred from Florida Atlantic. Back to pass is Wilson. Wilson lets it go wide open in the middle of the field is King Blanton. Blanton with the reception. Blanton out of Fort Worth, Texas, went to Southwest High. Good for 17 yards.
Once again, Charlie, keeping those trips receivers active. They're lining up again the same type of position, working that defensive backfield.
Play action again, letting it go. Nobody there, nobody home. He had a man open in the middle of the field, Jaron Johnson. He missed him. And we tried to get it to Trenton Leary.
Yeah, they're doing it, mixing up a little bit on that one. That's seeing Blanton. He pulled up, stopped, so tries to pull the defense up, and they spread the other two receivers downfield, but just misconnected. You're right, Charlie. Had the receiver on the inside bending open, but he was looking to go deep on the sideline.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 42-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. Texas Southern has basically controlled their time of possession in this game. Owens,
wide
he's open. Down the middle of the field goes Owens. He's going to score.
Wow.
42 yards on the run for Ladarius Owens.
Give the big boys up front big credit on that one. They blew open a wide hole. Could have driven a semi through it, and he goes untouched. Yeah, that's what running backs get real excited. Your eyes start to bulge out. You're like, wait a minute, there's no one home.
That is his 3rd rushing touchdown this season. This one good for 42 yards.
Yeah, he's going to go to the sideline and thank those big boys for making my work real easy.
Those guys who weigh 308 up front did a good job with Hempfield, Torrance, Nance, Dennis Jones, and Thomas Brown. Not unhappy about them. So again, there he is.
Here's Thomas. Good defense, but not on that final play for Texas Southern.
Doors. We're all waiting for our next big one to open.
What's behind door number 3?
Whether we're just getting our foot in.
Sarah?
Or we're bursting through. And when you deliver with DoorDash, every door that opens
Tacos
can help you reach your goals faster. Because gigging with the #1 food delivery app means more opportunities and more money instantly in your pocket. Even from the doors that don't literally open. Sign up in minutes, earn within days.
on these platforms. Tu conexión con el tiempo.
Welcome back. Coach, your team has done a phenomenal job getting down to that red zone and finally getting over the goal line late in that first quarter. How do you continue that in the second?
Yeah, we just got to play Texas Southern football and finish drives. You know, we didn't finish drives early. We need to finish drives from now on.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Talking about finishing drives, you talk about those field goals that you had to settle for, and look at what the running back's been able to do.
Yeah, that's how you finish a drive, Charlie. You have your lineman blow a hole that looks like a meteor hit the earth. He can just roll through there. Ladarius Owens, 42 yards, gets him up on the board, leading this one now 10-0.
4 plays, 60 yards, 1 minute off the clock. Ladarius Owens with his 3rd rushing touchdown this season. He had one last game out against Lincoln University. And so he comes out with one, and he's ranked #1 in the conference in all-purpose yards. That's kick returns, receiving, rushing, 115 yards average a game.
They are absolutely getting their money's worth out of Ladarius Owens, and I can tell you, a guy like that, they feed off that. The more you get him the rock, the more energized he is. So look for him to be toting that mail a lot today, because he's an energy guy, and right now has the team on a bit of a roll.
All right, now we're looking at Romero kicking off. Here is Dees. He's going to let it go out of bounds, and they'll get the ball at the 35. So the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line after the penalty. And so you're giving Bethune good field position, although they have not been able to do anything so far this afternoon. The deepest penetration they've had has been to the 25-yard line, their own 25. So that's pretty rough.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of punting, so they want to find something. I'll tell you, a team who's been struggling to get into the win column, this is what you try to do. You want to have some success early as much as you want to do it on the field, just in your mind, confidence-wise, emotionally. You want to start to find something where you have momentum. So far, the Wildcats have not had any.
Luke Sprague is now in. New quarterback in for Bethune-Cookman, and he hands off to Lindsey, trying to go to the left side. Lindsey will not turn the corner, maybe a yard on the play. And talking about Luke Sprague, he's a redshirt junior out of Springfield, Pennsylvania, as Xavier Player made the stop defensively. And Luke Sprague, 6'5", he's a tall kid, went to Cardinal O'Hara High up there in Pennsylvania. 221-pounder. Let's see what he can do. He's back to pass now. That is Sprague. Little shuffle, has it complete. First down, and still on his feet and fumbling the ball.
Loose.
Let's see who got it.
Fighting for yardage.
It might be Texas Southern. Calvin Henderson there with the stop and the recovery.
Tough break for the home team. A little impromptu to get the ball loose by their new quarterback, Luke Sprague. Did a great job battling for yards. Unfortunately, the ball comes loose. Sprague pulls a little Patrick Mahomes here.
Ellington had the reception.
He did, but then as he battled that ball, he just coughed it up. Great job by the Tigers getting on top of it. Charlie, we're heading the other way.
Only
First
the
down,
fourth.
Texas Southern.
Only the 4th takeaway of the year by Texas Southern.
Big break for the visiting team.
So at their own 47-yard line, own 48-yard line, that's where Texas Southern will go to work once again, leading it 10-0.
The ruling of the field of a fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
So our replay officials, Rodney Norton and Elmo Gary, will take a look at it as Brandon Bullock, the referee, will come over and confer with the people up in the replay booth. But again, they decided to come in with a new quarterback this time. Did a good job getting the ball out to Davino Ellington right there. And then you look at the hit that was put on there by Calvin Henderson.
Let's see if we can tell. So it's loose there.
Is he out of bounds?
Yeah, we got to see if there's another angle, because I couldn't tell. It looked like it might have been inbounds, but let's see. This will be a better look, Charlie. So the ball does come loose. Watch that white on the left-hand side.
Does he have control?
Well, and they have to make it definitive.
And again, is it enough to overturn the decision on the field?
Because the ruling was fumble recovered by Texas Southern.
He is out of bounds.
Yeah,
and
so
he doesn't have control of the ball.
I think they're going to flip this one.
I think that may stay in favor of Bethune.
The home team, yeah, I think they're going to give it back to them. So that's what the replays are for. So it's, you know, some people get frustrated, it slows down the game sometimes, but it's crucial that you make the right calls. And when you have a scrum and a bunch of bodies in there, live is hard to call on the move. So when we have a chance to slow it down, and again, it has to be definitive, but I think you and I both agree this one looks like it's back to the
because we had a
Wildcats.
chance to slow it down.
There it goes. That's
now,
the whole point.
If we were out there on the field, now what they're going to do now, in addition to, is they have to determine exactly where the ball will be spotted. So that's the next thing. I think if they made the determination that Bethune keeps the ball, now where does the ball, where's the line of scrimmage in terms of where they're going to spot the ball?
I can tell you, Bethune-Cookman at this point, they're like, put it wherever you want it. We're just happy to have that ball back.
I can look at the way they changed.
The ruling on the field is the ball carrier that recovered by the defense was out of bounds. Therefore, the ball returned to the spot of the fumble. First down, Bethune.
There we go. Like I said, they keep the ball. So they didn't fumble.
Yes.
They fumbled, but they didn't lose the ball.
Yeah, felt like a big break for Texas Southern. Huge break for BCU to hang on to it and try to keep this drive going.
And Luke Sprague stays in there at quarterback. Real tall kid. Yeah, he can see over everything, can he?
Yeah, and he's got some experience as a redshirted junior.
And Alan Johnson trying to turn the corner on a little flanker sweep, or wide receiver sweep to the near side. Doesn't have much going on as Jacob Williams was there to make the stop defensively.
And
there
Charlie,
he is, number 11.
I'm not completely surprised Raymond Woody Jr. making a change here. You know, you need a spark. You want to find something that can energize the team, and sometimes just some new blood, some new energy can make a big difference, especially from the quarterback position.
Loss of 1 on the last play, 2nd and 11. Keeping the ball on the ground, coming to the near side, and it's Jimmy Robinson on the carry. And Jimmy Robinson picks up a couple of yards before Javius Williams makes the stop. Javius has the team's only interception this year. That is Texas Southern, and the number 2 tackler on this team. He had that interception against Prairie View, first game of the season.
Well, and also I'd like to see Luke Sprague just fresh into the game, you know, pulling that Patrick Mahomes flip. So he's wide open, loose, ready to go, feeling like he's already been in there.
Back to pass. Lets it go, has a man open, could have been intercepted.
Should have been intercepted. Kind of threw a bit of a duck there, and that one got away. Definitely thought he had a shot.
Canary Simmons, the junior out of Houston, he had his hand on it right there. Right, hit his chest.
Timed it so perfectly, the ball went right into his chest and out.
3rd down. There's a flag on the play.
15-yard penalty.
I'll move the chains.
Was that roughing the passer? Yeah, roughing the passer.
Take a look here on a replay. Sprague gets rid of it. They came on through, smacked him in the face, too.
Yeah, that was number 5 there that made the stop defensively. Elenis Noel the 3rd.
Yeah, he karate chopped him right in the grill.
Yeah. He did not play the last game. He was injured. They had a couple players that were injured last game, did not play. That is against Lincoln University. Roland Trent is out. Bozier didn't play the last game. Neither did Gabe Smith, but they're back with the exception of Trent as Brian Booker made the stop defensively that time for Texas Southern.
BCU finally moving the ball a little bit with some help.
The pass and nothing. Sack. And it's Noel with the sack. Elenis Noel, the junior. That is his 2nd sack of the season.
Yeah, man, they've been applying pressure all day long. It doesn't matter if it's Simmons in there, if it's Sprague. They are checking what kind of mouthwash these guys are using because they have been up in there all afternoon. Makes it tough.
3rd and 13 for Bethune right now.
Mental mistakes. You can hear the coaches next door pounding on the wall. They're not happy when a dude jumps like that.
Yeah, that was Jamari Sylvester who moved a little bit too prematurely that time. So that moves the ball even further back. So it is still 3rd down.
Well, and we talked about it, Charlie. That's been a big sore spot for the Wildcats. Their quarterback's getting hassled all year long, over 20 sacks this year.
3rd and 18. The 11th in the conference in 3rd down conversions this year for Bethune-Cookman. Here's a pass in the near. side, and it's incomplete, and a good defensive play that time by Javius Williams to come up to knock that pass away. So it's 4th down.
Yeah, this one's catchable, Charlie. You got to have that one. No one is even near you. You just got to squeeze it, pull it in. It still wouldn't have been anywhere near the 1st down, but it's a catch you want to make. Little wobbly on the throw. We got to get Spray, maybe a little loosened up on the sideline so he can fire that frozen rope, get it there even earlier.
So this is the deepest penetration that Bethune has had today.
Then they back up.
And they wound up punting it away now. Frederic to punt it. Fair catch called for and made right at about the 6-yard line. Trenton Leary. There's another flag down. There's 2 flags down right now. Both at about the 48-yard line. Let's see if it's has something to do with running into the kicker.
Yeah, where that flag is, that doesn't look like it's anything to do with the guy receiving the ball. It's back here, so might be against
personal foul, leaping the shield, number 72, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
Brian Booker, you cannot jump over the center to get to the kicker. Watch it. Number 72.
The big man getting up. Wow, and down quickly and hard. And with something like that, though, Charlotte, when you're just trying to go airborne, if someone cuts you at the waist, what are you going to do? You can't help but fall forward. He's strong, but he can't fight gravity.
Yeah. Well, he's a big fella.
Man, I'll tell you what, when you get a big man like that.
He's 338 pounds.
338, and it looked like he had about a 40-inch vertical.
When you go up, you got to come down.
You must come down and go down hard when you're 330 plus.
1st and 10 now.
Big break.
And again, it's Jimmy Robinson carrying for Bethune-Cookman.
Look who we got a new quarterback here.
Yeah, and this is Bethea. Tyleek Bethea, a grad student out of Brooklyn, New York, number 13.
All right, rolling the dice.
He's 6'6". They got some tall quarterbacks, don't they? And he lets it go. Passes almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Corey.
Oh, you can hear Benjamin screaming all the way up here in the press box. He is so depressed he did not squeeze that one. He's thinking, that felt like buttered popcorn in my hands.
That would have been his 5th career interception had he picked that one off.
He might have taken that one all the way. They've had a couple of chances, Charlie, so it's about catching the ball from that side as well, man.
Tink Boyd was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down and 5. Again, Jimmy Robinson trying to go.
Got it.
Bounces outside. Jimmy at the 10, at the 5, 1st and goal.
You know what that reminded me of, Charlie? Remember when we were kids, about 100 years ago, there was a game, that electronic football, where the players, he bounced around, buzzed in, then just slid out to the outside, almost broke it for a touchdown.
Yeah, they want that little electric board.
Got to keep grinding. That's what a good running back does.
1st and goal, aided by a penalty. And again, Jimmy Robinson. Robinson down to the 2-yard line.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
And Jacob Williams there to make the stop for Texas Southern.
Oh, with a fumble being overturned, a couple of penalties, some dropped interceptions, these guys are moving the ball, taking advantage of some breaks.
Again, quarterback decides he's going to keep it himself. Does he get over?
He's got a long reach.
Long reach, but he was down before the ball crossed the plane, as Josiah Hartman was there to stop him defensively to keep him out of the end zone.
Made a good stretch, but not enough.
So it's 3rd down and goal. Let's see what happens here. Can Tyleek Bethea put him in the end zone? It gives it to Robinson, and he crosses the goal line. Jimmy Robinson. But I still haven't seen the officials raise their hands.
You're right.
It took them long enough.
There it is.
I can see it from here.
Right, Charlie. You knew that was money in the bank. And again, with a little help from his friends there, they got that push. That's kind of the end thing the cool kids are doing. You get near the goal line, or you need a half inch on a 4th down, just go ahead and everybody get up in there. Let's get the brother in for the touchdown.
So, finally getting on the scoreboard, the quarterback, Tyleek Bethea, coming in, had no yards in terms of rushing. And couple of plays, he gets his team on the board with the help of a penalty on a punt situation against Texas Southern, as Hector is on to attempt a point after to put 7 points on the board for Bethune-Cookman. Pulled them within 3 in this contest. 9:56 is the time remaining in the first half, and it is good.
Well, the Wildcats finally getting on the board here, making some moves here, and that is that man, Jimmy Robinson III, breaks it off, plowing his way down. They finally get it in and take their money to the scoreboard.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on specials now, like up to 60% off coats for all, up to 50% off boots and shoes, and 65% off Charter Club damask and more. Plus, download the app for more great deals at Macy's.
It's unbelievable.
Hundreds of millions of lives impacted.
Look at the wind howling through here.
Tens of thousands of live reports where the weather is happening.
Yeah, this is extreme.
Thousands of storms forecasted. 40 years of storytelling. 22 specialized and advanced field degrees. 7 innovative weather presentation patents. And a former National Hurricane Center director. One trusted best-in-class expert team. America's most trusted news network. The Weather Channel.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
Second down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the bands, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate.
Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3-2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Ford Motor Company will contribute $10,000 to 3 universities during the 2023 Ford HBCU Tour. Alabama A&M University, Alabama State University, and Hampton University. Go to hbcuford.com to vote. Built Ford proud. Charlie Neal along with John Kelly, Courtney Tate, Nia Simone here in Daytona Beach, 10-7 our score. And that drive, which was a 65-yard 14-play drive. Remember last week they had a 14-play 90-yard drive. Bethune against Alabama State came away with nothing. But this particular drive was aided by 3 penalties against Texas Southern, which is interesting because Texas Southern is the third most penalized team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Came in with 41 penalties, 76 yards. So that's very interesting.
Very interesting. A little help from all different angles. Penalties, a reversed fumble, and also then a couple of the Tiger DBs dropping some balls. But BCU, you could feel the seismic shift in the energy, too. It's homecoming here. The crowd just got live.
Owens will field the punt, or the kickoff, rather, at the 7-yard line. And good return. Owens still on his feet, still going, and across the 45, close to midfield. A 41-yard return.
You talked about it, Charlie. That's why he leads the conference in all-purpose yards, because he can do it out of the backfield. But if you want to kick him the ball, he'll make you pay. He thought about taking that one even further. Great run, found the opening, did a nice job following his blocking to set them up for some good field position nearly at the 50.
At the 48-yard line is where they will go to work. First down and 10. 3-point lead for Texas Southern right now. Wilson is the quarterback of record. He'll get the snap, hands off. Coming to the near side is Howard. Ja'Cory Howard, a yard on the gain for Mr. Howard. Howard, senior out of Houston, Texas, with the Manville eye. There's Thomas there to make the stop defensively. Second in yards per game, 80 yards per game. As Ja'Cory Howard. Back to pass is Wilson. Wilson running, rolling right, throws in the middle of the field. Couldn't, a little bit behind the intended receiver, and that was Trenton Leary. Just couldn't bring it down. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, with the 3 receivers, this is kind of their go-to move here. They spread everybody out in the end. The receiver did the great job of coming back to the ball. Just a little bit off the mark and made it tough for him to pull that one in. So 3rd down and long. But again, you can see up top, Charlie, going with those trips receivers, really working that side of the ball.
15 points is the total points that Texas Southern lost in their 2 SWAC to their 2 SWAC opponents. Wide open and straight ahead. First down and out of bounds goes the quarterback Jace Wilson, picking up some very good yards. Stephen Sparrow ran him out, but a 16-yard gain on that run play.
Well, Charlie, they've been flooding the defensive backfield with receivers, which is forcing the DBs to play it very, very honest. That gave the opening for Wilson to run loose for a first down.
At the 34-yard line, they keep the ball on the ground and back to the line of scrimmage, as Shelton Quarles Jr. was there to make the stop defensively for Bethune-Cookman.
Big hit.
You know, you talk about the fact that they started the season with a 3-point overtime loss. That is Texas Southern to Prairie View. And then they went and played Toledo, lost that one 71-3. They lost to Rice 59-7. They lost to Grambling by 12, 23-15, a game we did here on HBCU Go. And then they beat Lincoln in their homecoming game a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, 52-7.
That's Trenton Leary. Charlie, they actually had a couple of receivers open on that one. Watch this where he fires it down there.
23.
He did a nice job of getting into the inside guy.
Did. 23 yards on that pass and reception. So it is 2nd down.
This is where Clarence McKinney saying he wants to continue seeing his team finish these drives. So a chance here to get back-to-back touchdowns.
McKinney out of the University of Maryland, Mary, in his 5th year as the head coach at Texas Southern, and still running. Great power running that time by Ja'Cory Howard. Jabari Jadon kept him out of the end zone, but it should be 1st and goal.
Yeah, Howard kind of just lumbering through on this one, looking for his spots and banged forward. Almost took it all the way to the end zone, but sets him up nice 1st down and about 1.
Owens in the lineup right now. Owens has the ball. Owens turns the corner. Owens is in the end zone.
Ladarius Owens, that's how you do it, Charlie, very systematically. Handball runner will score.
So Ladarius Owens now with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. He had a 42-yarder earlier. This one comes from 1 yard out. That gives him 4 touchdowns for the season, 2 in this game.
Well, Clarence McKinney can have something to feel good about. You know, we heard Courtney talking to him saying, you know, look, I know we're on the scoreboard, but we got to keep finishing drives. So the team coming through came off the win in their last game. So this one building more momentum, looking good in this 1st half.
Well, that was a 52-yard drive. 8 plays. They used 2:32 off the clock, and they increased their lead right now to 17-7. Back with more from Daytona in a moment.
Deep in the heart of Houston, Texas, is one of the nation's preeminent comprehensive universities. From the classroom to the Tiger Walk to the boardroom and even out of space, we build realities where excellence thrives. Hail to our dear maroon and gray, fierce, bold, majestic, the Tiger way. Undivided, we will stand by the greatest in the land. I decided today the
Welcome back to Daytona Beach and college football on HBCU Go Sports, powered by the Griot, along with John Kelly, Courtney Tate, Nia Simone, Charlie Neal, and the court for Miss Homecoming.
It's all in the wrist, Charlie.
Oh, there's no question.
It might look easy. The great ones make it look easy, but you got to take some time. I did that once and sprained my wrist. So
no question.
Stop.
You look at that last scoring drive by Texas Southern. It was an 8-play, 52-yard drive. They used 2:32 off the clock with Ladarius Owens going into the end zone for the second time this afternoon. A 42-yarder earlier, and every possession, with the exception of one, Texas Southern has been in good field position. They missed a field goal. They punted only once in the ball game. Yeah. And again, they're keeping the ball away from Mr. Darnell Dees, and the ball will be brought out to the 35-yard line. The second straight time that it has been brought out for Bethune-Cookman from their own 35.
Yeah, Texas Southern on that last drive, Charlie, very efficient. They were doing a nice job mixing up passing and throwing. So they're finding a rhythm and a little bit of momentum right now and taking advantage of what the defense is giving them.
And, of course, we talked earlier about the fact that these two teams came in looking for their first conference win and where that could put them. Bethune-Cookman 0-2. Florida A&M is sitting on top of the Eastern Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Prairie View on top of the West, followed by Grambling. And Grambling hanging in there also. Very tough.
Well, as you point out, at 0-2, both these teams still not out of it mathematically. So you get a little bit of a run, you can still be in the hunt.
First down and 10. They can hand off to Lindsey. As we look at the SWAC standings right now, as I mentioned, Florida A&M on top, followed by Jackson State in terms of conference play, 2-1. Bethune 0-2, Alabama State 0-2. But if these teams win out in Mississippi Valley, they can contend for their divisional crown. On the other side, we looked at Pine Bluff and Texas Southern also have an opportunity.
Keep hope alive.
Again, first down is gained. Good run by Terry Lindsey this time. An explosive runner is what Coach named him. Javius Williams there to make the stop.
Yeah, Terry Lindsey, nice job of getting up there in the middle, pushing it for some yardage, and then the little spinorama to stretch it even further.
One of the things when you talk to Coach McKinney is you see the quarterback decides to keep it and slides forward.
Ooh.
That was Bethea, and a flag is down. And is he?
I think he might have, hurt himself slipping and banging his own head into the ground. That wasn't a real graceful slide. So I'm not sure if they penalized someone hitting him while he was sliding, but it was awkward. It did not look like it felt good.
And he was giving himself up. He's talking, so you see him moving. So
yeah, but his head did smash back when he slid in there and smacked that turf. So I've been there before. It feels like someone puts, like in the cartoon, they put a bucket on your head and they slam with a big sledgehammer. It doesn't feel good.
This is the 9th time these two teams met. We said it's the first time they've met since Bethune joined the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but this series started way back in 1975, but they haven't met for 40 years. There's been a 40-year absence, and just a second home game for Bethune-Cookman this year.
Well, after 40 years, the heart grows fonder.
Yeah. And we're going to step aside, check on Talik Bethea, the grad student out of Brooklyn, New York. We'll check on him when we come back.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Lowe's knows you want the best quality products for the best price. And when you save more on the things you need, you can get more of the things you want. That's why if you find the same product for less, we'll match it. Shop now with the confidence of our lowest price guarantee.
Andrew just saved big on a laser hair remover at Amazon. 'Cause less hair, more air.
You can't stop a force of nature. This hurricane season, rely on one of your own. It's a fact. No other news network out there is trusted more than the Weather Channel.
This is epic.
Trusted to give you every advantage before the storm. Trusted to be there where and when you need us. Trusted to bring you every angle of the storm using landfall cams on our streaming TV app.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Because America doesn't trust hurricane season to just anyone.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
Spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Back here in Daytona Beach, that is the quarterback, Talik Bethea, walked off.
Yeah, happy to see that.
But again, maybe looking a little woozy. They're still reviewing the play to see if it was indeed a targeting penalty. It looks like maybe that's what they are looking at.
And again, in slow motion, looks a little more flagrant, but in real time, that's tough, Charlie, because as a defender, he's coming over trying to make the hit.
We're listening to our referee. He'll let Brandon Bullock. Javius Williams was the man who came in. Looked like the shoulder was hit the quarterback. We still haven't heard anything
down the field though.
So again, you and I looking at it, you know, it looked like the shoulder, so that penalty may be coming back.
Yeah, and again, the timing on that, he was in his slide.
Unless they're going to say it was unnecessary roughness, but it may not be targeting. So it's one or the other.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and it still could be a penalty, but it may not be a target.
And that's one of the toughest calls for an official when it's in real time like that, trying to decipher. So that's where at least the replays can help them.
Right. Just waiting for the referee to tell us what's going on. Anytime of the
got
day.
The teams lined up, yeah. We're waiting on you, big man.
Further video review. The ruling is that
I have no idea what he said.
They said no targeting.
But there was a penalty still assessed.
They assessed something because the ball did move right down the field, and that's where they're lined up.
So new quarterback again, Luke Sprague. We've seen him a little bit earlier in this game. 6'5" redshirt junior from Springfield, Pennsylvania. He's running the offense again. Hands the ball off to the right side, and not much running room for their running back Terry Lindsey that time, as Jacory Benjamin made the stop defensively for Texas Southern. We talked to Coach McKinney. He said, you know, he felt this team had to do a better job defensively. First of all, in creating turnovers.
Yes.
Just 3 for the season.
That was on that top.
Yeah, it was way out of bounds. Thank goodness.
And today they've had 2 minimum chances to get turnovers gifts, but they just haven't made the interceptions.
Yes, indeed. And
so this is Sprague trying to get loose.
And there was Quentin Cook to put the pressure on him, number 97 there. Freshman out of New Iberia, Louisiana.
Yeah, don't throw those floaters, man. That one was close to the sideline. You don't want to take any chances. Just make sure you put it out of play without question.
3rd down and 8. Played a little bit against Savannah State, Sprague did. Had a couple touchdowns to his credit. Sprague back to pass now. Lets it go. Has it complete at the 20-yard line. And it's a first down for Bethune-Cookman. And it was Jacory Benjamin covering defensively, but it's enough for a first down. 1st and 10. The ball spotted right inside the 20 at about the 19.
Good job of running that route just enough for that first down, so it allows the quarterback to put him on him to get those chains moving.
Lindsey bounces it inside. Lindsey inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line before Kashawn Spraggins made the stop.
Good job by Lindsey, just kind of bouncing over to find that daylight. There wasn't a lot directly after the handoff. He did a nice job just bouncing it back to the left, picking up some yardage, positive yards.
So a timeout called. Not sure which team.
Time to wobble in a second. We got some giveaways. Homecoming 2023.
So we'll be back. The timeout charged against Texas Southern. 17-7 is our score.
You go. Check your local listings.
What you see here, as you see the score 17-7, is a picture of the first football squad of 1923 at Bethune-Cookman. This photo is on the spot. You know, I was probably took the picture, but anyway, it was at Meigs Hall. Is presently located. Dean Leon C. James was the academic dean. He was also the football coach and the first coach at Bethune-Cookman College as they celebrate their 100th year of football here.
Those old school helmets, man.
Well,
I love it. When you look at what we got going these days versus that, man, you had to be tough. You had to have a head made out of, I don't know, oak or something up there banging a leather helmet.
Team was a member of the SIAC from 1950 to 79, where they won 3 conference titles. Joined the MEAC in 79, stayed till 2020, where they won 8 conference titles.
What a classic photo.
There's Lindsay on the carry, straight ahead. Terry Lindsay. And you talk about some of the people. Got a chance to see Larry Little earlier today at the hotel. Larry Little played here at Bethune, played with the Miami Dolphins. As Lindsay gets to carry, not much running room for him this time, as Jacob Williams was there to make the stop. But, you know, you talk about Larry Little. He coached here. He coached at North Carolina Central.
NFL Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. Played with the Dolphins on that unbeaten team that Don Shula
Super Bowl
coached. But here's the real interesting fact. 4 of his former players, when he coached at North Carolina Central, are now head coaches at HBCUs. We're talking about Trey Oliver at North Carolina Central, Dawson Odoms up at Norfolk State, Adrian Jones at Shaw, and Sean Gibbs at Fort Valley. Yeah.
Spreading the love.
Incomplete.
Ooh. He hung him up there. I'll tell you what, Luke Sprague almost got Terry Lindsay cut in half on that one by that floater.
And again, incomplete pass. Looking out in the flat, trying to get it to Terry Lindsay. that time and nothing doing. This is the 10th play of the drive.
Yeah, Jacob Williams was flying in on that. I thought he was going to just crush him. We got to smell that goal line.
It is 3rd and goal. Sprague has the ball, lets it go into the belly of his running back Terry.
They
Lindsay,
stripped it, Charlie.
and they take it away from him, and they're bringing it back up the field. It's Jacob Williams running it back down the field. Jacob Williams, and he's going to go the distance and put a defensive touchdown on the board for Texas Southern. Michael Akins was escorting him down the field.
You know, this is a heads-up play, Charlie. 92 yards, and that's what you do. When you can bang a guy up while he's still grinding, you start swatting at that ball. You're trying to suck it in like a vacuum, and they did a great job on that one. Jacob Williams, watching this in the middle, fighting for yardage here, and they all start, you got that? No, I got it. And there they go. They swatted it free, and he is off to the races. What a turnaround, Charlie. They're yards from taking in to the end zone, and then they just break it free. Big touchdown, number 11, Jacob Williams, for 6 points the other way. What a turn of events.
He's his team's leading tackler. Kind of appropriate that he would have that happen for him today.
Yeah, that's called being greedy. You know, you smell that pigskin, you go in there, it's like we were smelling those hamburgers that Nia hasn't brought us yet. He goes in there and he sniffs out this one. Look at it. Strips it himself, pulls it loose, and he knows what to do with it. He said, man, I got this, brother. If you can get one block for me, I'm going all the way. Nice work. Defensive touchdown. That is huge.
And that is a 14-point turnaround. When you look at it,
14-point swing.
Yeah, they, you know, of course, Bethune was going in. They could have pulled it to within 3 points.
That's right.
If they score, but instead, that young man, Jacob Williams, takes it back. It was 95 yards officially on the return.
Huge burst of momentum for the Tigers. A huge deflating turnover for the home team Wildcats on homecoming. Ouch. But that's what you do. And that's being aggressive on defense. They were bending, about to give up that touchdown. Heads up play, man. Anytime you can snatch the rock, you do it and you run.
They were looking pretty good going in. Lindsay had the ball, had it stripped. 95 yards on the return. And like I said, it's a 14-point swing for this Texas Southern team.
Yeah, Jacob's over there, man. He's like, hey, bro, you got any more Gatorade, man? This stuff's going down strong. And he was working the last about 10, 20 yards. He was saying, get it to the end zone. I got to go sit down and get me some oxygen, give me a little bit of something to drink. But he's feeling good right now on an emotional high. That was monumental. 92 yards. What a play.
So again, Texas Southern kicking off. And Dees has a chance this time. Feels it at the 7. Dees going to the left side. Dees has some running room over there.
Dees does.
To the outside. Dees at midfield. Dees still on his feet. Dees down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
And Charlie, that's exactly why teams don't often kick to number 5 Darnell Dees, because he can break your back at any time.
At the 32 is where they're going to mark the ball. A 63-yard return. Marcus Neal finally run him out of bounds.
And Charlie, he really covered about 120 yards because he caught it on the right side of the field, ran about 50 yards across, and then 60 yards down. So he racked up some serious yardage. Great setup, great return.
At the 32-yard line of Texas Southern is where Bethune-Cookman goes to work, trailing 24-7. Luke Sprague still in at quarterback. Remember, Walter Simmons started the game. Talik Bethea came in, got injured, and now Sprague back in there. The handoff this time. Straight ahead, they're keeping the ball on the ground.
It feels like, from what we've seen so far with Sprague, limiting, limiting his opportunities to throw it a lot, but they're going to have to keep putting it in the air if they want to get into the end zone.
Jimmy Robinson in the backfield. And now here goes Sprague back to pass. He looks like he's going to take off and run. Has it complete on the near side of the team.
Big hit, another turnover.
And he fumbled the ball. And let's see.
Let's see if they call him that he caught it. But yeah, that was a big hit. It looked like he had control.
Let me see what they're saying. The officials are talking it over. The big hit by Ja'Cory Benjamin and Josiah Hardman. The officials are talking it over. There's no decision been made whether there was a fumble and the recovery by Texas Southern.
They might want to take a look at this one.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Third down, Bethune-Cookman.
They said he didn't hold it long enough for it to be complete, so therefore was not a fumble.
Great
See
defense
if we can look
on
at it
this
once
one.
again.
Great job
No,
by
he
Benjamin.
didn't. He really didn't have control. It looked like he was bobbling. He never actually brought it in to his body.
Great close by Benjamin on that one. Watch. Put his head right on the ball and knocked it loose. That one's really pretty close.
It is.
It'll stand with
Look,
what they
look
call
at it once again. See, he doesn't really have control of the ball.
Never got full control of it
right.
there. Had it in his hands, but never locked it down.
At the 27-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 5. Now, timeout called by Texas Southern. And sometimes coaches will call a timeout like that to give replay a chance to look at it once again. As you look at Clarence McKinney over there.
No matter what the call, Ja'Cory Benjamin, give him great credit for the close on that, because he had the receiver open and he came up and just popped it loose. So you can really feel the Tigers really getting their engines ramped up here, trying to stop the home team from moving that ball.
Talking about this Bethune-Cookman team. 2 black national titles, but won it in 2010 and 2013 under Brian Jenkins. They have 5 appearances in the 1AA playoffs. That was in 2002, 2003, 2010, 2012, and 2013.
Well, we've seen a lot of different things happening so far in this half, Charlie. Interesting plays, exciting plays. So this has been quite the game. And again, the home team who's trying to enjoy homecoming trailing right now, but a really, really unique game. And this is a chance for BCU to get it on in there.
24-7 is the score. Third and 5. Under pressure. Sprague throws. Has it complete on the near sideline. And coming up with that reception is Jalen Brown, number 89.
And that's what Sprague needs, being in there quarterback right now. A completion or two just to kind of get his actual confidence going, because early a couple of his balls were a little wobbly, but that was nice. Getting some power behind it, so a chance to get them in the end zone.
1st and 10. Here's Jimmy Robinson.
Keep battling.
And Robinson is down to the 10-yard line. Inside the 10 or right at the 10 is where they're going to mark it. We'll give him about 6 yards on that run.
And I can promise you their coaches are saying 2 arms on the ball when we're down by this goal line. Do not give it up.
Texas Southern with a last-minute substitution. Here's Jimmy Robinson trying to go to the right side. Nothing doing that time as Lennis Noel made the stop. Defensively, the 6'2", 330-pound junior.
Yeah.
He's out of Houma, Louisiana.
He and Quentin Cook got right up in there and put some punishing pounds on him.
Third and 3.
Knocking again.
They can get a first down without scoring. Jimmy Robinson is the running back beside his quarterback. Quarterback back to pass. Sprague looking, rolling right. Throws into the end zone. Back in the end zone. Too high. And up there again was Jalen Brown, the 6'6" junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Just too big for him.
Well, yeah, that's the one you got a big, tall receiver out there. You want to allow him to climb that ladder to keep it away from the defenders, but he just put it up a little too high. Brown gets a good timing on it, but just even for him at 6'6", a little too high to score this touchdown. But he was wide open. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for the Wildcats.
So this one will be a 26-yard field goal from the 16-yard line. And this one is up by Cade Hector. And this is good. It's like a fire drill going on.
I'm not sure what's happening in the press box, Charlie. Hang on to yourself. I don't want you to get hurt here.
But anyway,
oh, man.
It's a pretty good ball game that we have
Great
here
game.
so far.
You know, yeah, the score's a little lopsided, but we had so much action right now, you know, from starting from pregame with the homecoming, but on the field, Texas Southern finding their rhythm, and we've seen 3 different quarterbacks in for Bethune-Cookman, so they have had their chances knocking, but just coming away with a field goal 2 times inside the 5-yard line to only get 3 points. That's not how you want to do it.
And if we get a chance, maybe we can get down to court and find out the status of the 2 quarterbacks. Walter Simmons started the game.
Right.
And then, of course, we know Talik Bethea got injured, and we'll see what the status of those 2 are.
Yeah, they might be checking Bethea for some type of concussion, because he really hit his head pretty hard on that turf. But Sprague coming in, slowly getting a few things going, but they've got to finish those drives and take it in for the 7 points.
So Hector's field goal gives 3 more points to Bethune-Cookman, and it's a 24-10 ball game here with 1:25 left here before halftime. There's a return. Not a bad return that time, and of course it's Ladarius Owens bringing it back up the field.
The workhorse.
Yes, it is. Let's go down to Courtney right now.
Hey, Charlie, we saw Talik Bethea go down with that injury earlier in the quarter. I was able to speak to the trainer. Now, they weren't able to tell me exactly what injury was sustained, but they did tell me it was serious enough to pull him out of the game for the remainder of the half. They said there's a slight possibility he may come back in the second half, but they're going to do some more work on him during halftime to make sure that he's going to be okay. He was able to walk out of the training facility. He seems to be okay, but it seems like they're going to be a little bit hesitant before they bring him back in. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney.
Yeah,
First down and 10.
Could be a head injury. You want to be really, really careful, and that's what all football leagues now are really concentrating on, protecting the head.
Jace Wilson handing off, going to the right side this time. He's running back in the lineup there for, that's Ladarius Owens. Correction, I thought we had a new running back in there. So Owens is carrying the mail still. He already has 2 rushing touchdowns in this game.
Mr. All-Purpose. Return yardage, grounding it out, even tossing the rock once in a while on those little screens. So he's doing it all for the Tigers.
Second down, they're saying it's 4 after a 6-yard gain on that play. Ball at the 29. Going off the right side again. And first down yardage is gained on that running play.
Darius once again. Owens a man on a mission today. I love the way when he runs the ball, you'll notice his legs never stop churning, so he keeps those legs pounding and grinding and making the defense earn a tackle on him. He does not go down easy.
First down and 10. Gabriel Martin comes in at the right guard spot now for Texas Southern, and they're back to pass as Wilson letting it fly.
Nice job.
And a catch made at the 35-yard line of Bethune. They'll make it to 36, a 31-yard play. Jaron Johnson, great catch that time.
What an adjustment he made on the ball. That's so hard on the move to come back for a great snag by Johnson.
Out in the flat, they just threw this one away.
Stop the clock.
Stops the clock with 13 seconds to go. That was a great play, great catch, great maneuver, as you mentioned, John.
Yeah.
The team's leading receiver, Jaron Johnson, first catch for him this afternoon, and he made a great adjustment to come back and catch that ball. Now, a field goal from this position is going to be pretty long. It's at the 36-yard line. It would be a 53-yard field goal attempt from here.
Yeah, at this point, they've got 4 receivers down here right now, so they're going to be coming to this side, firing it deep to see if they can get somebody up there, play a little beach volleyball and tap it into somebody's hands if they have to, or just break somebody free.
Can afford a sack. Get down and call a timeout with 5 seconds to go. Now they could be in field goal range.
Now it's much more reasonable.
Steven Sparrow on the stop defensively. Ball spotted right at about the 25-yard line, 24-yard line. So they did pick up the first down. So it'll be about a 41-yard field goal attempt from here.
Yeah, good job by the Bethune-Cookman defensive backfield, forcing Jace Wilson to scramble out of there. Did not allow one of those 4 receivers on that side to even get open. He does a nice job of picking up great yardage to give his kicking team a chance to ring up 3 before they break for half. 41-yard
field goal coming. And now, let's see, whistles are blowing. Falkenberg. Left-footed kicker. The kick is up. It has the distance. And he made it.
Not with a bunch of room to spare.
41-yard field goal as the time expires here at the first half. your impressions of what happened so far in this game.
Well, I can tell you there's just been a lot of wild plays, but give Texas Southern a lot of credit for finding some kind of rhythm that let them start to get on a roll. Big plays defensively. Offensively, they started opening up, and you got Ladarius Owens doing his thing. So I like what the Tigers are coming in here and doing at homecoming, sucking the wind and the air out of the sails for the home team and really kind of taking over here.
41-yard field goal that ended a 23-yard, 7-play drive. They used 206 and ran it right down like they're supposed to. And we'll be back. Halftime activities. We're in Daytona Beach, and it's homecoming for Bethune-Cookman. Not looking very good for them right now. They're down by 17.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Zoom in close and I might strike a pose. I'm in my zone, but I'm sure that you know. Too much drip, it ain't my fault. It's in my fit, it's in my walk.
Will you marry me?
Zoom, 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 zoom in on me.
Wow.
Buy the Google Pixel 8 Pro from Verizon and get Pixel 8 Pro and Pixel Watch 2 on them.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
Second down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the bands, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate.
Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3, 2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Last season, Torrey sat down with Francis Tiafu, Jennifer King, Doc Rivers, Debbie Allen, Keenan Thompson, Tyler Perry, and Don Peebles. This season, on Masters of the Game, Maisha Kai sits down with Tabitha Brown, Charles King, Jesse Collins, Nikki Giovanni, and more. Catch up on thegrio.com or the Grio app. Check your local listings for the Grio.
Judge Millian doesn't mince words.
Why aren't you stopping the behavior if it's happening right in front of you?
She cuts to the chase.
I think you're misreading the law a little bit.
Really? Compassionate.
You should be mad at one person, and that's him. When did something happen that made you feel uncomfortable?
She never accepts disrespect.
Stop your nonsense, or we will be escorting you out.
Watch Justice for the People with Judge Millian. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Welcome back to Daytona Beach, where the score is 27-10, Texas Southern. Right behind me, it is that time, guys. It's that time. It's my favorite part of the game. It's a halftime show, and right behind me is the Marching Wildcats, a.k.a. the Pride, led by director Mr. Donovan V. Wells. The band has 250 members, 14 of them being a part of the dance team, the 14KT. They've been featured in their own Netflix series titled Marching Orders and so much more. Let's see what they got.
from home, the great Bethune-Cookman University. Scissor Snooze. She's on everybody's playlist, but the bottom line is nobody plays it better. Director of Bands, Dr. Donovan B. Wells, Assistant Directors, James Potier, Pedro Ore, Rishon Watson, and Dickie Roberts. The Voice, Ken Moore, Cameo, Candy, Beyonce, Before I Let Go. Celebrating 100 years of Bethune-Cookman University athletics is a significant milestone. Matter of fact, it's a century of excellence. Whether it's been 5 years or 50 years, it's a time to reminisce, reconnect, rejoice, and honor the legacy of those who walked the hallowed grounds of BCC before us. Thanks for giving us that old BC spirit. Right now it's time to take a trip back down memory lane with 14 karat gold and heat wave. Let's do the groove line. Formation. There's a certain sense of community and togetherness that music can foster. As we feature our sophisticated flags, we reach deep into the musical crates with a group that's been in the music industry for well over 60 years. Written and arranged for this band by nobody but 1977 graduate James Potier, Mr. P. On the podium, 1984 graduate, Dr. Donovan B. Wells. The year, 1987, the song, Loving You. The group, the Mighty Mighty OJs. America's best looking sound. Music to touch this generation and reach the hearts of the next generation. Wildcats, let's go. Let's get this homecoming party started. Beam on, DJ Chipman, pumping around Bobby Brown. I'll be around CeeLo Green. The original R&B king, Bobby Brown, pumping around. The energetic rhythm of DJ Chipman. B.R.
Wow, the Pride sure knows how to get down. I hope you enjoyed the halftime show as much as I did. We'll be back very soon after these messages.
Local listings.
Let's take a look at this week's HBCU Go Top 10 poll as voted on by a select panel. Fort Valley is holding down the number 10 spot at 5-1 after Brandon Marshall ran for 187 yards in their win over Savannah State. Grambling dropped to 9th following their loss to Alcorn. The G-Men are 3-3. Tennessee State climbed back into the top 10, coming in 8th at 3-2. Virginia Union moved up to 7th behind running back Jada Byers' 246-yard, 2-touchdown performance against Elizabeth City to go 5-1. Hampton dropped a spot to 6th after their 3-point loss to Campbell. The Pirates are 3-2. Jackson State moved up to 5th, and they're hosting Alabama State for homecoming. The top 4 teams remained intact, with Virginia State staying unbeaten at 6-0 after spoiling Bowie State's homecoming. Running back Kimo Clark ran for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Trojans. Benedict got a scare from Miles, but held on to the number 3 spot. North Carolina Central comes in at number 2 after beating Elon to go 5-1. Florida A&M outlasted Southern to remain in the number 1 spot. Both North Carolina Central and Florida A&M are idle this week. We'll be back with more halftime activity.
For times and channel.
Welcome back to our homecoming coverage at Bethune-Cookman, where Texas Southern leads the Wildcats 27-10. This season, we introduced a new feature called Beyond the Huddle, where we ask different players questions, more than just X's and O's. Let's take a listen at the SWAC players as they gave the best advice to the young athletes.
My advice that I would give to young athletes is continue to believe in yourself even when adversity hits you in whatever way it does, because you'll come out the other side a better person.
When you're playing football, effort is everything. If you don't give 100% effort, you wouldn't make plays, you wouldn't be in the position that you are in now. Keep going.
And never give up.
Have a tunnel vision, stay focused. Ask yourself every day what's more important.
School, sports, and social, but you only can do 2 at a time, and school and sports is the most important.
I always tell them school first. The advice I would give young athletes is just to continue to follow your dream. If you set something in motion, go chase it and follow it.
Don't be discouraged if your first year you come in and you don't play. Use that year as to actually work out. Don't get down on yourself. Have the utmost confidence about yourself.
No matter what you're going through in life, it's always a process, and you got to trust the process and keep going.
Stay disciplined, keep working hard, and choose the right crowd to hang around. Keep working, even though it seems like your time ain't coming, little bro, your time is coming. I promise you that. Just let your work reciprocate your goal, and you gonna get there.
As a former athlete myself, that is amazing advice. Your time will come, young athletes. All right, now we will be back. Let's take a break. We'll be back with first half highlights and our second half in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're
on the fastest route. Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
Second down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the bands, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate.
Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3, 2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Welcome to The Griot, bringing you the stories that move us.
From culture, news, and politics, these are stories told in a way that is meaningful and important for everyone.
From the clean water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, abortion rights, mental health, and celebrity scoops.
We'll be here every day to keep you on top of what's happening in the world as we know it. The Griot, stories powered by us.
Watch our shows live every weeknight on the Griot cable. Check your local listings.
No.
Welcome back, everybody. It is halftime down in Bethune-Cookman. 27-10 is your score. Charlie Neal and John Kelly bringing the action. Courtney Tate and Nia Simone also part of the team. Charlie, entertaining first half, man.
It certainly was, and you're talking about the fact that, you know, Texas Southern came right out and scored with a field goal. When you look at some of the first half highlights, and again, the big man on the play, Ladarius Owens there, is a young man he's getting a job done. 42 yards to give them a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, Mr. Multi-Purpose on the other side. Jimmy Robinson, the third, breaking loose. He had 10 carries, 48 yards. Actually, 47 yards in that first half. They ended up grinding that in, trying to keep it close, Charlie, but then it became all Texas Southern, and we talked about it. Ladarius Owens, Mr. Multi-Purpose yards. On the returns, he had almost 100 yards in returns on 3 returns, averaging on the ground nearly 8 yards a carry. Got into the end zone there, too.
From 1 yard out, and again, he has one of the top all-purpose runners in the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
And the defense doing it too. Jacob Williams, how about this? Bethune-Cookman about to score. Jacob Williams ripping it loose. And look at him humping, Charlie. He's like, I'm glad that end zone's coming up here, baby. Let me stretch it out. Get some Gatorade and oxygen.
Redshirt
Nice job.
junior out of Dallas, Texas. And look at our first half stats brought to you by Gain. And you look at the rushing yards for Texas Southern, 97, 71 for Bethune-Cookman. Passing yards favor Texas Southern, 146-42. First downs, 13-10. And time of possession, Bethune-Cookman has had the ball a lot longer, but they're down at halftime here by a score of 27-10, down by 17 points. What do you think for the second half?
You know, this is what Bethune-Cookman needs to come out and make something happen early to try to, again, turn things around. They had some crazy plays, some penalties that hurt them, and Texas Southern took advantage of that. But Bethune needs to establish something. This is why, as a head coach, you defer till the second half. They won the toss, didn't take the kickoff because they wanted to have it to start this second half. So they need to come out and really get a sustained drive, strike fast, and make it happen.
Well, Bethune-Cookman won the toss to start the game, elected to defer, and kicked off to Texas Southern. So Bethune will get the ball to start the second half. And, of course, we know Darnell Dees had a great return just before halftime. Comes down to him again at the 12-yard line, going toward the middle of the field, and they upend him right at the 21-yard line. Let's go down to Courtney right now.
Hey, Charlie, I was able to speak to both coaches at the half. Now let's start with the home team. The BCU coach says he emphasizes playing with good fundamentals and finishing drives. Johnny hit the nail on the head. He says we've been here before. He says there's no reason why we don't know how to pull it back out again. And as for TSU, Coach McKinney kept it real simple. He said don't get complacent, and that was it. Guys, back to you.
Can't afford to get complacent.
That's it, baby. And a man of few words. McKinney doesn't play, so he wants to see his team continue doing. You don't want to ever let off that accelerator, especially when you're rolling.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Walter Simmons, who started the game for Bethune-Cookman. Sprague is still in there at the quarterback, and I haven't been able to find that out, but maybe we will as they come to the near side with the running game. And again, it's Jimmy Robinson who started the game. He's the team's leading rusher. Came in with halftime. I think he was with 47 yards at halftime in the first half rushing. 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard run. Robinson again gets the first down, still on his feet. Flag goes down. We may have holding against Bethune-Cookman. Javius Williams on the stop. So it is a holding penalty, 10 yards. That'll move the ball back. Brandon Bullock is our referee. Number 72, they're looking at Tavares Hammond, Jr., out of Atlanta, Georgia, 6'3". Transferred in here from Missouri Valley.
Charlie, in many ways, Bethune-Cookman has been its own worst enemy today. Get a little something going, then they get a penalty that just pushes them right backwards.
And they were the least penalized team in the conference coming into today's game. Sprague looking, steps up, and now he's going to be sacked. Sprague is going to be sacked that time, and it was Isaiah Bogarty, one of the men that came in to make the stop defensively.
They've been putting pressure on the BCU Wildcat quarterbacks all day long. Sprague tried to step up in the pocket here, but they just kept coming at him like missiles here, not allowing him to set up and fire anything.
So it's 3rd down, 3rd and 14. Sprague looking, takes off, has some running room in front of him, takes off and has a first down and slides down right at the 34-yard line. They'll mark it at the 33, but a first down as Javius Williams was there to make sure he didn't get any further. Gain of 16.
Yeah, Sprigg again able to step up. And again, he may not be the fastest guy or the most mobile, but did a nice job of navigating his way down the field to get that big gain. Right back with Robinson, the third, pushing it down. So getting some big chunks, as long as they don't get penalized, they're moving the ball in this second half in the right direction.
And that's the key. That is the key. And they lose yards on
Face
that
mask.
one. And we get a penalty coming down. The line judge threw that. Elenis Noel the third was their man that made the stop. But Jesse Harris, the head linesman, saw that and threw his flag. Or was that the line judge? Might have been the line judge, Marvin Williams.
Face mask, number 48, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Deshaun Spraggins was the man they charged with the face mask, number 48. Spraggins, a grad student out of St. Louis, Missouri.
You can see he springs free here, and just, he reaches out, and it's clearly a face mask. We can see that all the way up here in the booth, so you're going to get that flag every time.
This drive started at their own 21-yard line.
Banging it in
and
there.
Still rolling.
Jaden Bivens making it happen, still on his feet, not to be denied the ever-ready bunny.
Tough, hard-head runner as Calvin Henderson was there defensively, but you talk about Jaden Bivens, a 5'8", 5'10", 180-pound sophomore, went to Cambridge Christian High over in Tampa, Florida. That's only his 5th carry this season.
Based on that, they might want to get him the ball.
Timeout. Texas Southern. It's their first time out of the half.
So Texas Southern decides to call a timeout. They're getting pushed down the field a little bit. Of course, Everett Todd is their defensive coordinator, trying to get his team together.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Lowe's knows you want to make everyone feel at home. That's why with Hisense appliances, you can get a lot more for less. Because the only thing better than deals on quality appliances is the quality time that follows. Shop Hisense appliances now, only at Lowe's.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare, it matters where you stay. Embassy Suites by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Last season, Torre sat down with Francis Tiafu, Jennifer King, Doc Rivers, Debbie Allen, Kenan Thompson, Tyler Perry, and Don Peebles. This season, on Masters of the Game, Maisha Kai sits down with Tabitha Brown, Charles King, Jesse Collins, Nikki Giovanni, and more. Catch up on thegrio.com or the Grio app. Check your local listings for the Grio.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me? Yes. Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Let's take a look at our SWAC players of the week, starting with FAMU quarterback Jeremy Musa, who completed 31 of passes last week for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns. Their win against Southern University. He led the Rattlers to 2 scoring drives in the 4th quarter. On the other side, we saw this young man, Colton Bubba Adams from Alabama State, recorded double-figure tackles for the 4th time in 5 games this season. They defeated Bethune-Cookman 19-14. He had 13 tackles in the game so far. Boy, also blocked a field goal attempt to round out an impressive stat version for that.
He's a force of nature on that defense and really, really supercharges them.
And this pass is complete on the near side to Tink Boyd. Tink Boyd run out of bounds by Benjamin, Ja'Cory Benjamin. He's there to make the stop defensively. We talked about the penalty situation against Texas Southern. Came in as the least penalized team. They've been penalized 6 times in this game already. 4 times in the first half, 2 on this drive. It's 2nd down and 3. Remember, this is the first drive of the second half. Bethune got the start. The ball trying to turn the corner again is Jaden Bivens. And Isaiah Bogarty was there to make the stop defensively.
Yeah, Bivens getting a look right now. So his first 2 carries, his engine is starting to run. So they're doing a decent job moving this ball down the field with the help of some penalties. So they know they need to get this touchdown here and not mess around.
Here's a pass out in the near flat. Tink Boyd on the reception. And he doesn't get very far. Not much running room as Osiah Hamilton. Hardman was there to make the stop.
Still plenty of time for the Wildcats to get back into this game. Charlie, down by 17, but you bring one up right here, you're going to be down by 10 with basically 2 quarters left to play.
And again, Walter Simmons started the game. We've seen Sprague, we've seen Talik Bethea. Bethea got hurt. We heard a report from Courtney Tate on him. And that one, the sack by Brian Booker, freshman out of Dallas, Texas. Big number 72 at 338 pounds. He comes in.
The monster mash. Great job by the young kid, Brian Booker, double B, getting in there and getting himself some on the sack.
Well, our line judge has blown the whistle.
Sideline warning. Offense. This foul has no yardage penalty, just a warning.
So sideline warning. You always have to have that, what they call the get back coach.
Right, exactly.
On the sideline.
Keep out of that zone.
Keep everybody
there.
Off the white.
Get back.
Where's that white, that get back coach? Or keep them off that white line. 3rd down and long. The pass.
Got it in there.
And it's complete at the 9, make the 11-yard line. Davino Ellington on the reception, and they get the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now, again, not a lot of zip on the ball by Sprague, but he did enough to thread the needle. Nicely done, just placed it in there where only his receiver could get it. So excellent job, again, putting them in scoring position.
Jamari Sylvester is on that left tackle spot, along with Antoine Wells over on that left side. And they go that way. And they get the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Jaden Bivens once again.
And Brian Booker was there defensively for the Tigers of Texas Southern.
What'd you say? He only had 1 carry coming into the game?
Yes.
So right now they're deciding to lean on him a little bit, and he's delivering.
We have a player shaken up down there. It looks like Jamari Sylvester. I just spoke of him. He's a senior out of Lauderhill, Florida, went to Aquinas High School and transferred in from Florida International. He's the man that's down right now. We'll step aside as they tend to that young man. We'll be back. We're in Daytona Beach, and it's a 27-10 ball game.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line as you look at Jamari Sylvester being helped off the field. And he's being replaced in the lineup by Aaron Overton Jr., who actually started the game. Aaron Overton, we talked about him, and has got 2 brothers on the team at that left tackle spot. His dad played professional football. Also over there is Khalil Overton at the tight end next to his brother on the left side. They give the ball off, and it's the young man Bivens, and Bivens is stopped short of the goal line. Bivens stopped about the 1-yard line.
Nice surge they had, but just didn't have enough to get him across the line. They'll probably bang it up in there one more time.
3rd and goal. Here we go. Quick hurry up, and it's Bivens again.
Oh,
no, he did not get there. He did not get there. And it was, I believe, number 24, Javius Williams. Also back there, Isaiah Bogarty, to make the stop defensively.
Yeah, Javius Williams, you know, Clarence McKinney calls him a violent tackler, the redshirted junior, and he came in there and made it happen, but someone's down right now. Looks like he might have a cramp.
Yeah, I think that's Bogarty that's down a little bit. He was in on that play, and I saw him come up limping a little bit. So there's a timeout. Let's look at him. Bogarty's number 2. Somehow I think he got his ankle rolled up on there.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance to sniff that goal line. So great surge by the defense, trying to make a last stand here, not to give up the touchdown. So big decision.
It looks like it's a cramp more than anything. That's what they look like, working at a calf cramp. Those hurt.
Oh man, I've had those on flights. You want to jump up the person next to you thinking, you know, you're losing your damn mind.
Well, let's see what happens here
Charlie.
on 4th and goal. You're down by 17 points. What do you do? What would you do?
You know, you always ask me that, and I'm always the gunslinger, and I like to go for it. When I'm in Vegas, you know, my wife goes crazy because she knows I try to throw it all out there. So that's what I do. I would go for it. 1, I want to get the touchdown. 2, I want to build momentum. And 3, I want my team to know we can score down here. So as much as the points on the board, I want to do it for psychological and mental.
Well, this is a 4th down situation facing them right now. Isaiah Bogarty was the young man who had the cramp. So they're going to go for it. The ball is at the 2-yard line. They're 3rd in the conference on 4th down conversions coming into the game. 4th and 7. 57%. He had to go out with that injury. And let's see what they come up with. They've got receivers Ellington. They got Tink Boyd on the left side. Let's see if they run it or throw it. You're going to hand it off. And no, they're not going to get there. I don't know. Maybe he does get there.
They might have surged forward.
I think maybe he got a push from the pile. Let's see what the officials say.
Arms are in the air.
Signals touchdown. 1-yard run. And Jimmy Robinson this time on the carry. Jimmy Robinson takes it in from 2 yards out.
Like you said, Charlie, the initial hit, he was stopped but kept those legs pumping, and the big boys behind him said, let's get in for that 6 points. And I like that call a lot. I believe that is how you do it. You come out to win this game, not just to hang on and make it close. So that's a great call, great touchdown. They needed that.
And a great way to start the second half of Bethune, because that's a 79-yard drive. That started all the way at the 21-yard line. They take it all the way down the field.
Yeah, these guys might need it.
15 plays.
Look at these feet in the air, Charlie. I think these boys need to get some more electrolytes into their bodies. Try to keep those muscles from cramping up, but that's the worst. You know, a little heat, sometimes muggy. You're working hard and grinding. Those muscles just tense up.
So they go for the extra point. Pull them within 10 if they kick the extra point, or do you go for the 2-point conversion? Or was it too early?
Yeah, I think at this point you go ahead and just put up the 7 and then come back and start playing with that as you get closer if you need to try to win the game at home. But yeah, the touchdown right now, let's take the 7, come back and try to make a stop and get the ball back on offense.
And you look at Coach Woody.
The surge. You know, I'll tell you, the Texas Southern line did a nice job of forcing the bodies backwards, but then the BCU team pumped up, feeling good after they shoved that one in. They needed that. Well done.
Well, that was a 15-play, 79-yard drive. And remember, they started the second half with the ball and they kept it for 6 minutes and 9 seconds. So that's using the clock.
Indeed. So at this point, again, getting that big touchdown, as much as the points, I said this before they scored, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually, you want to score and know you can do it. So now that is a big boost for them to finish out this game and see if they can turn this around.
You're talking about Bethune-Cookman. They put some points on the board. And we talked a little bit earlier about Larry Little. You know, some other key alumni that came out of Bethune-Cookman. Lucille O'Neal, which is Shaquille O'Neal's mom. John Chamey, the former coach of basketball at Temple University.
Great coach.
Cy McLaren, the first alum to play in the NFL from Bethune-Cookman. Former coach and administrator. Alvin Wyatt, NFL, a former coach who won the conference title and also was the women's basketball coach at Bethune-Cookman here for a number of years. Rasheed Mathis, who's on the played here, NFL, Jaguars, Lions. He had 14 interceptions while he was here at Bethune-Cookman. Nick Collins, who played with the Packers from 2005, 2011, and was one of those players on the team with that guy that's up in the Jets now, Aaron somebody.
Aaron Rodgers trying to nurse his leg back into health with that Achilles.
And Nick Collins is on the staff here at Bethune-Cookman, and of course when you look at some of the coaches that played in the pros that are on the staffs of these two teams, let's take a look at some of the players, some of the coaches. Brandon Washington, who's an offensive lineman, he's a former pro player who's on this Bethune-Cookman staff. Like I mentioned Nick Collins just a moment ago, who's also on the staff. So those are, you know, Bethune-Cookman also has a couple former players on their staff right now. Look, here's Texas Southern. All right, looking over at Texas Southern, we got Manny Ramirez, offensive line. He was with Denver. He was there when Peyton Manning was there, blocking for him. Derek Matthews, and of course Hebron Fangupo, defensive analyst, was on played professional ball and is on this Texas Southern squad. So here we go for the point after.
They finally got Vermonte Pippins off the field. But, Charlie, we saw the big fans spraying the mist onto these players. So we have it nice up here. It's nice and AC. We got a little fan over here. We're feeling good. But down on the field with that heat, may not be soaring into the 90s, but with that humidity and some of this is draining these guys. Got to stay hydrated.
Hector,
it's cramps.
Redshirt sophomore from Sydney, Australia. He puts it up, puts it through the uprights. And Bethune-Cookman pulls to within 10. 27-17 right here on HBCU Go.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium?
No way I could trade this busted up thing for one.
Maybe stealing wishes from the birthday boy is not your best plan. Switch to Verizon and trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
What?
Yep, and on an amazing network.
And I don't have to ruin any more birthday parties.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. Let's go get you that iPhone. Here we go. Come on now.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
This is not just online scheduling. This is vaccines made easy for those who've got plans.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the detail of
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
Judge Millian doesn't mince words.
Why aren't you stopping the behavior if it's happening right in front of you?
She cuts to the chase.
I think you're misreading the law a little bit.
Really? Compassionate.
You should be mad at one person, and that's him. When did something happen that made you feel uncomfortable?
She never accepts disrespect.
Stop your nonsense, or we will be escorting you out.
Watch Justice for the People with Judge Millian. Check your local listings for times and channel.
The Griot. Everywhere you watch, any way you want to watch, and it's free.
Want to celebrate a touchdown with a friend? Just tell Siri, FaceTime Jesse.
Or Siri, how about we celebrate a touchdown with Jimmy Robinson III and about 10,000 friends out here getting down at the homecoming party. This band is putting it on, Charlie.
They certainly are. And the home crowd, I mean, the stands on the home side are just packed. Plus, there's a lot of people out there out in the field as we look at Hector getting ready to kick it off for the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Trent Leary is one of the deep men back for Texas Southern. He's the deepest man, along with Ladarius Owens, who's the all-purpose leader in the conference. And it looks like it's going to come down to Trent Leary. And here he comes up the field. He's still on his feet. Across the 40, 45, midfield, and down into Bethune territory. And they're going to mark it at about the 43, 44-yard line. Ladarius Owens. Actually, it was Owens on the carry.
Charlie, a man on fire. Look at the turbos here. He saw the daylight and he just cranks this up. I tell you, this young man knows how to break some backs, but also Bethune-Cookman has the momentum. Big drive, goes down and scores. That can suck the wind out of you right there when they come back and almost break one off for a touchdown. So great field position for the Tigers.
That was a 49-yard return by Ladarius Owens. That was his longest of the season. The previous was 32 against Prairie View. Here we go. And carrying the ball is Owens again. Well, he slammed down pretty good, though, after he gained about 6 yards on that run.
Yeah,
and coming up with the tackle defensively, number 27, Steven Sparrow.
He goes all WWE on him, Charlie. Bam!
You remember Sparrow last week set up with that interception against Alabama State that gave them the ball first and goal at the 10. They just couldn't punch it in. Trying to turn the corner. Nice move on the outside, but also a better defensive tackle that time from Bethune-Cookman.
Dearest Thomas out there. He flies around. I'm telling you, 6'1", 195 as your main linebacker out there. That's not a lot of beef, but he makes up for it with his speed, his agility, and his pursuit.
3rd and 5 as Ja'Cory Howard comes in to replace Ladarius Owens at the running back spot. Texas Southern, 3 receivers to the top of your screen. So we'll see what they come up with possibly on this play, on this 3rd and 5. Wilson steps up in there, throws it.
Jumping ball.
Incomplete.
That's nice defense.
Yeah, good defense by Steven Sparrow that time, number 27.
So they were just saying, hey, who wants this ball more? It was a 50-50 ball. He just fires it up. So Jace Wilson puts it up for grabs, and you'll see defensively, great timing, just swats it.
Quay Davis was the intended receiver, the number 2 receiver on this squad. So they get the ball in great field position, and they're going to wind up having to punt it away.
Yeah, wasted opportunity, didn't do anything. So a chance for the BCU Wildcats to continue maybe keeping that momentum the way they started this second half. So get a return here, bring the offense out and try to lock down.
Only the 2nd punt of the day for Texas Southern. Fair catch called for and made. A 22-yard punt. Bethune-Cookman will get the ball back. 1st down and 10 at their own 18-yard line, rather. At their own 18-yard line, trailing by 10. 27-17 with 7:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Luke Sprague still in at quarterback. This Bethune-Cookman team has scored most of its points this season in the 4th quarter, the least amount of points in the 1st quarter. On the other side, Texas Southern has scored most of its points in the 3rd quarter this season. So, but it doesn't matter. Those are just numbers. Here we go. Good run and very close to another 1st down as they come to the near side this time with Mr. Bivens, Jaden Bivens, getting the call, the sophomore out of Tampa, Florida, before Gabe Smith makes the stop.
Yeah, looking and feeling good. Nahami Harris got a little bit on that one too, but this is a great chance for Sprague. Got in, pulled out, got back in because of injury. So this is a chance for him to try to establish his credibility at quarterback.
1st down. Again, Bivens coming to the near side. Bounces it around the corner. Gains a couple. Across the 30 to about the 32.
I believe that was Jimmy Robinson, the 3rd on that.
Is he back
carry.
in there?
They shoveled him right back in there.
Yeah, I see he's in there now. Yep. Jimmy Robinson. Namani Harris was there to make the stop. Sprague still running the offense for Coach Woody. Option. Here goes left side. Jimmy Robinson still
Nice
going.
move, Charlie.
Robinson comes back up the field.
Look at that
Still on his feet. And across midfield into Texas Southern territory. And they have a first down at the 44-yard line before Namani Harris could make the stop, a 25-yard run.
Nice piece of running. He found the opening and then put a little shake and bake at the end. Unfortunately, it looked like he got up a little bit slow and he went to the sideline. Let's hope for their sake Robinson's not hurt.
And now Sprague decides he's going to keep the ball. Jacob Williams says, no, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, a little bit of a man sandwich there. Harris and Williams put the stop on him. Sprague, you know, again, when I see him run, it doesn't look like he's Flash Gordon or anything or Flash the superhero, but he's been able to get some things done and work the ball downfield, but that time they weren't giving him anything.
Sprague back to pass, has a complete near sideline, and they said he held on to it. Looked like he bobbled
It was
a little
little bobble.
Yeah, Tink Boyd on the reception that time.
We'll see it on the replay
Good
here.
for 11.
Hits him right in the hands, and it hit his shoulder pads as he tried to bring it back in. Well, he did a good job of keeping his toes down, so we'll give him that one.
Makai Shaw is in it, running back, number 36, beside Sprague. And Shaw has the ball in his hands, and he is stopped immediately. Not much running room for him, as David Walker was the first man to hit him, number 94. Also Bogarty in there to help out.
Bethune-Cookman now in the driver's seat on this drive, trying to make something happen. If they can go down and score on this one, Charlie, it's a whole new ball game. It'll be a 4-point game.
Robinson back in at running back. The pass.
Pressure.
Boy, a lot of pressure coming from up front. His arm was hit as it was going forward, which had that ball dislodged. Jalinas Noel and David Walker up there applying the pressure defensively. 3rd and 9 now for Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, he got disrupted a little bit on that. It looked like he could feel the heat coming, so he wasn't even able to stretch that arm out and make any kind of real throw.
3rd and 9. Trips receivers to the top.
Got him offsides. It's a free one.
They're going to throw it and almost intercepted. A flag. We're going to get pass interference.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, so there's 2 penalties against Texas Southern on that one play. One will be offsides, the other will be pass interference.
We know which one they're going to take.
Yeah, you're going to take the long one.
So that was a double.
Xavier Player was the man who, I believe, committed the pass interference, number 17, the grad student out of Cibola, Texas.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Offside, number 72, defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 17, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So it is Xavier Player. Tavares Hammond was offsides. And there you go with the penalty. It's obvious.
Yeah, had his elbow up in his neck.
Davino Ellington was the intended receiver. Texas Southern, 6 penalties today, 80 yards. 3rd most penalized team in the conference coming in.
They're serving them gifts on this drive.
So it's 1st and 10. Trips receivers to the top again. Looking into the end zone, and it's way out of play. No chance. Calvin Henderson defending for Texas Southern.
Yeah, Sprague trying to free up his receiver. A little pump fake with the shoulder. Tried to just lay it out there.
Amari Stevens.
Yeah, good job of trying to get up to it.
Amari Stewart, rather, was the man that the ball was intended for. 2 receivers to the top this time. Dakari Allen Johnson and Davino Ellington. This time they give the ball off to Bivens. Bivens tries to go left. Gets a few yards. And it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Actually, it's less than that. It's 3rd and about 4, 3 or 4.
Sprague keeps it.
And Sprague has got a first down. And first and goal at about the 1-yard line. So they're coming back. Namani Harris there to trip him up and keep him out of the end zone. Bivens beside his quarterback, Sprague. Here's the snap. He goes to Bivens. Bivens goes inside. Bivens is brought down before he could get to the goal line.
Now another chance for the Texas Southern defense to make a stand. Last time they bent, and they broke. This time they're trying to flex up and prevent it from happening again.
You look at Noel there, number 5, along with Javis Williams defensively. Let's see again. Bivens to the right of his quarterback. Bivens has the ball. Bivens waiting for the official to signal. They have not. They're still saying he's short of the goal line.
Yeah, they got up under his shoulder pads on that. Staying low, came in with a submarine, were able to stop Bivens from any forward progress.
Remember, this drive for Bethune started at their own 18. The previous drive, which they scored to start the second half, started at their own 21. They went 79 yards. This one, they're trying to make an 82-yard drive, and they're faced with a 3rd and goal right now.
The quarterback sneak.
And the quarterback decides to take it and keep it. We're waiting for the official. Got in there. Finally said yes. The ball crossed the plane. Somehow they got it in. And that is Luke Sprague, the 6'5". You know, just the fact that he's 6'5", all he has to do is lean forward.
Yeah.
It should be in the end zone.
Yeah,
right?
it looks a little easier than it really is in real life, Charlie. You say that up here. But yeah, he did a nice job. But I can tell when he came out of the shotgun, he got up and he was winding up, and he was not going to do anything but try to push this thing over. So his length and his push from his front line allowed him to get in there. Big 2 opening drives right back in this game for Bethune-Cookman, a chance to make it a 3-point game after the PAT.
Yeah, Hector won for the point after. He's only missed one all season long, and that came against Jackson State. And this one is up, and it is good. So it's a 27-24 ball game. And we're in the 3rd quarter here. We're in Daytona Beach. 2:28. That's the time remaining.
The Masked Singer. Season 10 kicked off with the most incredible reveal ever.
I am so starstruck right now.
It only gets bigger and better.
We got the trolls in the building. It's NFL night. Harry Potter night. Oh my God!
There's still so much in store.
We've never seen that.
It's a can't-miss season. The Masked Singer. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
On the Weather Channel.
It's homecoming at BCU, but this year is even more special. Athletes, alums, fans, and members of the community all came out to witness the ribbon-cutting ceremony on the John L. Bryant practice field. It's a new era for BCU football.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Reggie Theus, the athletic director. He talked about the locker rooms is the next thing. He says we've already, it's just a matter of getting the money together. He said, but we got the locker rooms. We'll worry about the money later.
Absolutely. That's how you have to focus to get things done, and he's a man of his word. And you talk about that. As a player, it means so much because they had to load up and come over. Now they've got a practice field. It's a game changer for them. And I can tell you also, Charlie, the energy in this building, as a former player, it's homecoming, the band's on fire, the crowd's getting into it. I promise you, these Wildcats are feeling this.
This is coming down to Leary. Leary trying to get to the outside, turning the corner. Flag is down way back at the 20-yard line. 2 flags down at the 20-yard line. So we'll probably have an illegal block or block in the back. Normally that's what happens after that 14-yard return. But yeah, great practice facility. I mean, something they've needed for a long time here in Daytona Beach, I mean, it was
just for convenience.
Yeah, well, they were coming here. They had to come here. They would get on
the return. Illegal block in the back. Number 41, return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Texas Southern.
So, again, I remember that whole place where they used to practice. It was like a rocky road, and so a welcome change and something much needed for a program, a Division I AA program, FCS program. I mean, you have to have something to attract
so you can compete.
Recruits.
Right, yeah. I mean, you need it for the players that are here, but as you point out, Charlie, when you're trying to bring some guys in here, and these young cats want to see what you got to bring the magic, and so that's a big step in the right direction for this entire program.
1st and 10, Texas Southern. Second possession for them in the second half. Bethune controlled the second half so far. 2 drives, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And they keep it on the ground with Ladarius Owens, and he's back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Did a nice job. Steven Sparrow coming from the outside. They showed the blitz. He came off that edge and got right in there, caught the running back from behind. So great pursuit by the BCU D in number 27, Sparrow.
Second down. Going to the air is Jace Wilson. And is caught. And at the 16-yard line, Steven Sparrow is there to make the stop defensively. But we have a reception.
Enough for the first down.
And it's enough they move the chains. That's the most important thing as you look at Sparrow.
That's what Texas Southern needs right now.
They do.
They haven't done anything in this half. It's been all Wildcats.
Again, Wilson looking complete near side. Blanton still on his feet, and Blanton run out of bounds in front of the Bethune-Cookman bench, but not before he gets to the 34-yard line. As Jordan, who ran him out of bounds, but they moved the chains once again on that completion to Blanton.
Charlie, I tell you what, if this Wildcat defense continues to give these receivers that much cushion, they were playing so far off the ball, they're allowing these guys to get 8 to 10 yards just by throwing the short pass with no challenge.
Robinson trying to go to the right side this time. Nothing there. Darius Thomas was the first man to hit him. Had some help from Ebenezer DeBula, not Scrooge.
I know. You cannot hear the name Ebenezer without thinking about Christmas time.
The second down and 10. Wilson. They tried to screen to the right side, but they couldn't get it complete. Robinson was the intended receiver.
Another flag.
Correction. Owens was the intended receiver, and we have another penalty marker down. Let's see who
Holding.
this is.
Number 62, offense. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Jack Nance, 6'2", 270, Clear Lake High School senior out of Houston, Texas, guilty of the infraction. So that's 10 yards. You don't want to be moved back like that. That gives you 20 yards you have to go to get a first down.
Yeah, well, watch for Clarence McKinney's offense now. It looks like they're playing some man-to-man defense on these receivers, so if they spread them out, you get somebody one-on-one on an island, a little out and up and get a fake, you can throw this thing deep. So watch for them trying to go for the big ring up.
Now let's see what they do with this 2nd and 20. A lot of real estate to cover. Again, coming to the near side to Blanton, and Blanton knocked out of bounds by Amari Hill Robinson, and it'll bring up a third down after a gain of about 6. So it'll be third down. We'll call it 14.
And Charlie, they keep running that little short button hook, but that's the way you set up that long one as well. So you run that a few times, get that DB to possibly bite, you pump fake it, and then he just runs that fly pattern. It's a chance to break something free.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes of football left here in Daytona Beach. Homecoming 2023 with some hard hitting by both sides so far this afternoon. 27-24 is our score. And it's the visitors that are on top by 3. Can Bethune come back and win it at home for homecoming? We'll be back.
Aren't you glad you got the titanium iPhone 15 Pro at T-Mobile? I am glad. Did I see that?
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us now and the freedom to upgrade every year.
Am I gonna get that back? Nope.
Ford. You see the name driving down almost every road in America. But you'll also find it in other places. On the grip of hammers raising homes, in toy boxes, and classrooms. Because over 2,900 Ford dealerships nationwide means more people serving more communities like yours for more than 120 years. Ford, we are all in on America.
Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. Surgeons, judges. Overruled. Even bowlers.
Andrew just saved big on a laser hair remover at Amazon. Because less hair, more air.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. Local now. Where you are is where it's at.
Welcome to The Griot, bringing you the stories that move us.
From culture, news, and politics, these are stories told in a way that is meaningful and important for everyone.
From the clean water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, abortion rights, mental health, and celebrity scoops.
We'll be here every day to keep you on top of what's happening in the world as we know it. The Griot, stories powered by us.
Watch our shows live every weeknight on the Griot cable. Check your local listings.
Welcome back to Bethune-Cookman. Coach, what an effort there in the third to pull this game to within 3. Now, you've been here before. How do you close this one out?
Well, we just got to finish. We talk about it all the time. You know, we haven't finished the game yet, you know, and we need to finish it.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck.
All right. Well, we hopefully finish it.
That's always a good call.
It is.
We do want to play 4 quarters.
And that pass is incomplete.
More
They got
flags.
a flag down. And this one is going to go against Iverson Clement, I believe, on the far sideline. There he is. Grad student out of Mount Holly, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia, Camden.
Texas Southern, this is where they need to sustain something here because they haven't had a chance as far as offensively to show up and do anything of substance in this second half. So right now,
Pass
Bethune-Cookman.
interference, 0, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That young man started his college career at Temple University right there at Royd and Montgomery in Philadelphia. Went to Rancocas Valley High over in Mount Holly, New Jersey. So it's a first down gain by Texas Southern on that penalty, that pass interference penalty. You know, some penalties coaches don't mind you get it. If it's an aggressive penalty, it's those pre-snaps, the jumping off sides, the false starts, all of those. Those are the ones that drive coaches crazy.
Exactly.
Keeping it on the side, inside screen. A little slant pattern on the inside comes in. And it was Leary on the reception and Sparrow there to make the stop.
Yeah, and big Jack Nance, too, number 62. He was trying to get back and help, and he actually kind of helped knock him down on that play. He was a little disappointed, but they're moving the ball in the right direction.
Second, we'll call it 2. So Blanton comes down to the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers down to the bottom for Texas Southern. This time, it's Mr. Owens. First down at the 41-yard line of Bethune.
Now they're starting to click back on those cylinders we saw in the first half, and a lot of that has to do with getting it into number 22's arms, Ladarius Owens.
Owens with 66 yards before that last run. He goes around the left side again, sheds 1 tackle, still on his feet, has another first down, and delivers a blow to the defender, Iverson Clement. He delivered the blow.
That's called smash mouth running, Charlie. Watch him get down here, put the shoulder down, and just lift. You don't want none of that, brother.
It is 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line for Texas Southern. They're moving.
Yes.
Howard is in the lineup right now. Ja'Cory Howard at running back. Moves to the left of his quarterback, left side of the quarterback. Howard in motion.
On that outside.
Great play defensively to come in with Jabari Jadon, number 12, the grad student out of Jacksonville, Florida. Went to Rabo High down there, but more importantly, transferred in here from Florida A&M.
That's right. Came on over, and he came from about 6 yards deep. Behind the line, had a head of steam. No one could get a hand on him, and he put the hammer down.
Loss of 14 on the play. Talking about a quarterback sack.
Yeah, exactly, and some.
It is 2nd down. They call it 21. The ball spotted at the 40, at the 39, rather, is of Bethune. This time, Howard with the carry. Howard straight ahead. Howard gains maybe 14 of those back before Darius Thomas made the stop. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. See what they come up with this time. Back to pass. Wilson letting it go. And a battle for it. And it's incomplete. A.J. Bennett was the intended receiver. Jadon was there covering him defensively and to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he just couldn't get any separation. Good pattern here as he stutters, and then probably needed to just kick that extra gear up, but he could not get that separation to try to get to the ball.
So this looks like it's going to be a field goal attempt of about 45 yards. 45 yards from Curtis Falkenberg. He already kicked a 24-yarder today and a 41-yarder. Sure. This one will not make it. This was a 45-yard attempt. That's no good.
Big stop.
So it remains a 3-point ball game. And we'll be back to Daytona Beach, 11:55.
this fall on HBCU Go. Check your local listings.
Let's look at our game summary up to this point as we're in the fourth quarter. And you look at the 123 rushing yards for Texas Southern. 84 or 87, I should say, of them belong to Darius Owens.
Yeah, he's working. He's working on all sides. Kick returns, receiving. But look at that time of possession, Charlie.
Yeah, 28 minutes to 16 for Texas Southern, although Texas Southern is leading in that game summary brought to you by CarMax. Luke Sprague still in there running the offense for Bethune-Cookman.
Well, BCU dominating this second half so far. Really, just as you saw, keeping the ball methodical, powerful drives, and that's why they're right back in this game.
And that pass is complete. Little quick slant pattern goes inside, and it was Josiah Hartman that made the stop on Dakari Allen Johnson.
Yeah, like you said, nothing fancy, just a quick slant move, picked up a nice yardage, first down.
This time they hand it off, going to the right side. They keep it on the ground, bouncing to the outside. Is the young man who's Bivens, Jaden Bivens, once again has come in and done a pretty good job for this Bethune-Cookman team as Calvin Henderson was there to make the stop defensively.
Yeah, I could have got a face mask on that, but yeah, really, Bivens doing a nice job. A young cat who only had one carry coming into the game. He's really put in a nice effort to show he can be someone they can count on in that backfield.
This time, Sprague looking to pass.
Again.
Incomplete.
Just missed him, and he knows it. He was disappointed in that one, but they need a sustainable drive right here. Again, with 11 minutes, still plenty of time, but you want to get some more points on that board. The field goal can tie it. You can go ahead in this game with a touchdown. So keep that momentum. Do not let Texas Southern feel like they can wrestle that away from you. Keep the pressure on. Keep those chains moving.
Luke Sprague now with a 3rd and 5. Ball resting just at the 44-yard line, their own 44. Back to pass. Sprague steps up, in trouble. Sacked with a loss on the play of about 2 yards.
And Charlie, that's what we saw all first half. The Texas Southern defense continuing to put pressure on and making it difficult for the Wildcat quarterbacks. That time they just collapsed it on him.
Here you're looking at Michael Akins, the redshirt sophomore from New Iberia, Louisiana, came in for the sack on that play. So to bring up a 4th down punting situation for Bethune-Cookman, and Frederic, the redshirt junior, will come in and punt it away. He punted 3 times in the first half, and actually this will be the first time he's punted here in the second half, as Bethune has kind of dominated what's happening here.
Slow burn on that clock, man, just taking the ball down the field.
Fair catch call for. And now it's taking a Texas Southern bounce, and it'll be down at the 25. There's a timeout on the field, and it's a 3-point ball game here. 10 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in this one.
Zoom in close and I might strike a pose. I'm in my zone, but I'm sure that you know. Too much drip, it ain't my fault. It's in my fit, it's in my walk.
Will you marry me?
Zoom, 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 zoom in on me.
Wow.
Buy the Google Pixel 8 Pro from Verizon and get Pixel 8 Pro and Pixel Watch 2 on them.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on jewelry and accessories now. Like 65% off Effie, 60% off diamond earrings and pendants, and 75% off gold and silver necklaces. Plus, download the app for more great deals at Macy's.
Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. Say what you say, but give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put they Mac down. Give me love.
The new 2024 Jeep Wrangler is now available and starting at $33,990 MSRP. Visit Jeep.com for new inventory available near you.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
HBCU Go Sports is brought to you by Amazon. Shop early holiday deals at Amazon. And by CarMax. Don't just like your next car. Find a car you will love with CarMax, the way car buying should be. You got a shot of Coach Woody, along with the athletic director, Reggie Theus, and the players coming into the stadium. They walk into the stadium as we start here with 10:04 to go, 27-24. Texas Southern with the ball. Let's see what happens in this last 10 minutes of this contest. Owens, who's had a fantastic afternoon, and he gets the ball on this first down run.
That's why
bounces to the outside and still on his feet. First down and out of bounds in front of his own bench. Finally run out of bounds by Darius Thomas. Before that run, he had 87 rushing yards. He had 24 yards pass receiving, and he had 142 yards returning. 253 yards.
Yeah, and I think he just went over 100 yards rushing, so he's building on top of that. But that's why he is Mr. All-Purpose Yards. He is getting his game on.
First down and 10. Back to pass. Wilson, incomplete.
Danger.
Very dangerous. Very close to being intercepted on that far sideline by Jabari Jadon.
And, you know, talking a little bit about Jace Wilson filling in for Andrew Body, I like the way that he has really gotten confident, hasn't made a lot of mistakes,
right,
but has been in control of this offense. Again, most of the ball going to Ladarius Owens, but he's done a nice job of commanding the team.
When you talk to Coach McKinney about him, he says he's done a good job of protecting the ball this season and gaining the respect of the other players with Body out.
Which is huge, especially the guy that comes filling in, and Body's so well liked by everybody.
Wilson rolling right, throws wide open and incomplete. Jaron Johnson was there. He just pulled the trigger a little bit too hard.
Well, and he was in traffic, so that's a tough throw on the move in traffic, tight quarters, so he didn't get a chance to open his arm all the way up. But yeah, I know he wants that ball back. Could have put it on him for a big chunk of yards.
Owens does break the 100-yard marker for today. 103 yards rushing for Ladarius Owens. #1 in all-purpose yards in the conference. Came in averaging 116 and way over that today. Back to pass. Here's inside move.
Slippery.
Nice slippery move, and short of the first down, though. It'll bring up a 4th down as Shelton Quarles was there to make sure no more damage was done from the defensive side of the ball. But the catch was made. And there you look at Ladarius Owens.
So Texas Southern, Charlie, really not able to get much going offensively this half. And it's a change of momentum. This second half has been all Wildcats.
Helen punts it away.
Good kick.
Fair catch called for and made by Dakari Allen Johnson. Right at about the 7-yard line. Let's look at our scholar athletes. For Bethune-Cookman, Tyrone Franklin, of course. This is brought to you by Bounty. He's a safety for this team. He's a junior, and he's our scholar athlete of the week. He's from Montgomery, Alabama originally. Senior, majoring in health and exercise science as a preclinical student, and he has a 3.67 GPA. What it's all about, it's about the student athlete.
I always like to give these young fellas a standing ovation, because it takes work. You're on the field, you're working all the time, but to keep those grades up, man, and that's what it's about in the future too. You want to make sure you take care of it in the classroom. Nice work.
Sprague still in at quarterback for Bethune. This ball starting at their own 7-yard line. So they've had some good long drives in this contest. This one starting at their own 7, as I said. And they keep the ball on the ground, running it straight forward. Again, Bivens still in there running and doing a pretty good job, as Michael Akins was there to make the stop. Bivens stays in there beside his quarterback, Luke Sprague. Sprague calling signals. Bivens has it once again, and he is bottled up before he can get a head of steam going.
Yeah, great pursuit. You can tell the offensive coordinator and the head coach really keeping the offense fairly simple for Luke Sprague. A couple of handoffs, maybe a keeper here and there, and then some short passes. But they've been effective this half, and they've been able to move that ball. So far on this drive, not so much. But in the second half, it's been working.
3rd and 9. Calvin Henderson on the stop to make sure no damage was done to Texas Southern. And see what they do with this 3rd and long. False start. 3rd and 14 now. Or half the distance to the goal line.
Big man, Sylvester. Getting a little too anxious, you know. Sometimes when you're deep in your own territory, you're so amped up wanting to do something good or big or laying down the block. Jumping too soon.
Chris McAlpin out of California, San Lorenzo High School, San Lorenzo, California. So it's 4th down. Standing in his end zone is the quarterback, Sprague. Well, it's 3rd down. They took that penalty. And that's intercepted. And coming up with it is Xavier Player. So the first turnover.
Big mistake.
Well, actually, the second turnover. They fumbled once. It was returned.
That's right.
70 or 95 yards for a touchdown. And now we got Player coming up with the INT.
Yeah, take a look at this, Charlie. He telegraphed where he's going to throw this on the slant. Well played on the defense, but Sprague, that's a tough mistake, especially in your own end zone. No, he had him zeroed in from the beginning. He wasn't fooling anybody, so he telegraphs that one, and that is why it's heading the other way. Good defense by Xavier Player and taking this back. So a big backbreaker for the Wildcats. A huge interception for the Tigers.
Yeah, Player with that INT. Again, remember, they haven't had a lot of turnovers defensively. Texas Southern, something they needed. There's Ladarius Owens with his 3rd rushing touchdown today. Ladarius Owens takes it in.
What a turn of fortune right now. The BCU Wildcats playing so strong in this second half, but one interception sets up the Tigers. They don't mess around, take advantage, and of course, Ladarius Owens, the go-to, easy money.
Yeah, it doesn't take much when you make a mistake, does it?
Yeah, man.
Especially this deep in your own territory.
Well, that's it. And that's where you have to, you know, some of that's inexperience. You got Luke Sprague in there, and he hasn't played a lot. So, again, he wants to make something happen and try to thread it in a tough situation. But when you're in your own end zone, you got to make sure you don't ever give the defense a chance.
Falkenberg commits and finishes the point after, and it's 34-24. 10-point ball game. One play, 5 yards. 6 seconds. Didn't take them long. And they go in after Players INT.
We the People delivers compelling cases and firm justice.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
She's smart.
Even though there are accidents that happen, you have to be willing to remedy those accidents.
She's confident.
If you've been in contact with someone who has tested positive, why wouldn't you be responsible enough to get yourself tested?
We the People, all new with Judge Lauren Lake. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Bienvenidos a The Weather Channel en español.
The Weather Stories.
Ahora regresamos al estado de California, donde los bomberos están luchando contra un incendio forestal.
And critical information that impact Hispanic communities. From the most trusted name in TV news, now in español.
El cambio climático es una amenaza creciente para el sector energético del país, que además se encuentra ya al límite.
The Weather Channel en español, streaming on these platforms. Tu conexión con el tiempo.
I'm Zahira Maki, and this is Zanzibar. We're just off the east coast of Africa on MyDestination.tv. Karibu. You get a sense of mystery and romance here. Isn't this beautiful? This is truly one romantic African experience with the breathtakingly beautiful Zanzibar backdrop. I love Zanzibar.
Pets.tv.
Pets.tv is helping give your pets their best life. From navigating veterinary care during these changing times to entertaining your precious pets.
Good girl.
Plus the latest pet trends.
Lily, Gigi. You're cute, both of you. I love you, Grace.
That's all
You're
here
so
on
cute.
Pets.tv.
Yeah, you're taking a shot and looking at a shot of Mr. Ladarius Owens, the senior out of Manville High in Houston, Texas. What a day for him. A total of what, 274 yards with 108 rushing, 24 receiving, 142 rushing. I mean, all-purpose with returns and everything else.
Yeah, man. You know, Charlie, you know, when you got a back like this that can do everything, it's like when you go to a casino and the slot machine's hitting, you just keep feeding it. So he is cashing in for them. They rack it up. So he's having a beautiful day.
He's in the high dollar room today.
That's what I'm talking about. VIP champagne room.
Here's a return by Dees.
Whoa.
And Dees breaks it out to the 30-yard line. And we have a player a little slow getting up. Looks like everybody's going to make it. A 24-yard return. And again, one of the things we talked about with Coach McKinney was doing a better job of creating turnovers. They have 2 today. They have the interception that led to a touchdown. They have the fumble recover that they stripped and took back 95 yards. So those are two takeaways that they didn't have coming into today's game that helped them.
And both crucial. You talk about the touchdown that they ripped and went the length of the field, but then also that interception deep in Wildcat territory. And again, we talked about it earlier in the game. They had a couple of interceptions that should have happened too. So Coach getting his wish on some of these. They keep chopping that wood, as he likes to say. Big hit.
Oh, big hit that time. And that comes from Michael Akins on the defensive side. Mr. Bivens just couldn't get going.
No, Akins putting some pain. Going to have the guys feeling some aches and pains. But nice job on the defense. But again, they now are lathered up, and you can feel the shift. I'm telling you, homecoming, they had the energy. BCU was rolling, but that turnover, killer.
3-yard loss on that last play. 2nd and 13. Sprague back to pass. Sprague looking in trouble, still on his feet, and he is brought down right at about the 30-yard line.
You could tell he was trying to wind up and go deep, like a left fielder trying to throw somebody out at home base. He was winding it, but just didn't have a chance to unload, and then got run down from behind. So Sprague, at this point, probably wanting to make up. Don't make a mistake trying to make up for that interception. No. Play smart, play clean, play consistent.
3rd and 9. The ball right at the 30-yard line. Have to get to the 39 in order to gain a first down, keep this drive alive. Time is 6:15, and the clock moving here in the 4th quarter.
They've got time.
Sprague. There he is, looking, directing traffic, and it is caught. And it looks like a first down is gained as Harris was there to make the stop defensively.
Yeah, again, playing smart right now. You don't have to be conservative.
Reception.
Yeah, you don't have to be conservative, but you want to play smart right now because, again, with just under 6 minutes to play, you have time to get back in this game with a sustained drive.
It's time to keep the ball on the ground, running it straight ahead. Here's Bivens, bounces it outside. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, was able to bounce it outside. Remind me of one of those Barry Sanders types runs.
Exactly. That's a good call. The legend. Yeah, he was like trying to step on a water bug at night. You know, the running around, you can't get your feet on it. That was a nice play.
6-yard gain on that play. 2nd down and 4. Again, Bivens trying to go to the right side, but nothing there that time, as Jacob Williams was there defensively for Texas Southern and the Tigers. Also had some help from his friends there. Calvin Henderson also in there to help out.
They don't want to just keep grinding it out, though, on the ground, because you're going to start losing that clock. So at some point, you've got to keep it up in the air, not only to get the bigger chunks of yards, but to keep the clock stopping as well if it's incomplete. If they keep running this out, they're going to lose clock, and one touchdown may not get it done for them.
Under 5 minutes to go. 3rd down and 4. And here's Bivens again. Bivens, they grabbed his jersey, but he still picks up the first down. Moves the chains. Ball is going to be spotted at about the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10. High snap. Bivens again going to the right side. And the white jerseys are there to meet him.
Yeah. Third quarter, early fourth quarter, I don't mind so much grinding that because they've had some success, but at some point they have to start airing it out because that clock is moving.
Second down. Michael Akins is down.
He's been having a great game.
Yes, he has had a pretty good game. That's a sophomore, redshirt sophomore from New Iberia, Louisiana, with the New Iberia High School. And you talk about this Texas Southern team and what they've been able to do. But we'll check on him when we come back. Of course, we know Texas Southern has some famous players that came out of there, including Michael Strahan and 2 former Pro Football Hall of Fame players.
So it's going to come down to this.
Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Lowe's knows you want to make everyone feel at home. That's why with Hisense appliances, you can get a lot more for less. Because the only thing better than deals on quality appliances is the quality time that follows. Shop Hisense appliances now, only at Lowe's.
This month, join the new Subway MVP Rewards program and get rewarded. Get 50% off any footlong when you join Subway MVP Rewards. So many all-star options.
It's just for Subway MVPs, right?
You catch on quick, Herbert. Join now and get 50% off any footlong.
Go home with HBCU Go this homecoming season.
Second down and 19, goes deep, a perfect pass.
For the vibes, the culture, the fans, and the best matchups of the season.
Kick is up, and it's no good.
Now they're heading the opposite way. What a change of fate. Alcorn State takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff live for homecoming Saturday, October 21st, 3, 2 Central on HBCUGO.tv or download the new HBCU Go mobile app.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha.
You're high above Hollywood.
Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
Now let's look at our player of the game, our Amazon player of the game. And it's Darius Owens. Why not, John?
Yeah, man, this kid just doing it all. He's been running his own players over trying to get it in there, but he's the type of guy with the returns, receptions, and then running on the ground. His linemen, he'll have to thank all of them, but I love the fact this is presented by Amazon because Darius Owens was delivering early, often, whenever you wanted it. He was getting it done for you.
Yeah, you're talking about really the real delivery, right? Texas Southern has had 3 takeaways on the year, 2 today. And there's Sprague looking. That could have been picked off.
Yeah, double coverage. Well, I like the fact, though, they're figuring we got to start moving the ball and let's go airborne on this. They still, like I say, 3.5 minutes. It's not impossible. If they can get a quick strike here and then a stop, they're right back in it, but they can't keep grinding it out on those little runs.
3rd and 11. 3:57 to go. Under 4 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Luke Sprague out of Springfield, Pennsylvania, has taken most of the snaps today. Talik Bethea came in relief of Simmons, and he got injured. And here's Sprague, throws out in the flat, has it complete, and it's Robinson. And he ducks his head and still is able to pick up some yards. Jimmy Robinson coming out of the backfield.
Did a good job of keeping him in bounds so that clock continues ticking down.
And it's 4th down. He still didn't pick up the 1st down, so it's going to be 4th and about 1. The ball is spotted right at about the 37-yard line. He has to get to the 36 for a 1st down. Jimmy Robinson is in the backfield with the quarterback, Luke Sprague. Robinson has the ball, has the 1st down and more, still on his feet. Barry Wells finally brought him down, but not before the 1st down is gained. And Bethune has all of its timeouts remaining. That's the other thing you got to think about. Getting back into this game. They're running the ball straight ahead. Again, Jimmy Robinson. As you look at Coach Woody. Raymond Woody Jr. played at Bethune-Cookman, played for Cy McLaren.
And the clock just keeps running, Charlie.
The last 3 years he was at Florida Atlantic. He's assistant under Willie Taggart, who's now the running backs coach with the Ravens in Baltimore. 2:24 to go. Here's Bivens going around the right side, and Bivens still on his feet. Bivens finally brought down by Michael Akins, but not before.
No.
He picks up a couple yards, but again, he's still in bounds.
He almost drove him out of bounds, but you got to coach your guys. If you're near that sideline, which he was,
get out.
Run to the sideline.
Get out of bounds.
Fellas, I mean, they've eaten up a minute here between these last, play and a half here.
And unlike the pros, there's no 2-minute warning. It stops the clock. Sprague under pressure, just throws it away outside of the tackle box.
All he could do.
So it's an incomplete pass.
Interesting.
But we got a flag way down, I think, in the end zone. We may have a penalty against Texas Southern on the defensive side, maybe a hold or something of that nature. Let's see.
Holding number 26, defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So Nahami Harris, the sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas, was the man guilty of a hold. I've seen we get a flag way downfield, and one of the deep officials come running in. You got to figure it's got to be a hold. More importantly, it's first down and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And the clock is stopped.
Texas Southern has been penalized 9 times today, 110 yards. There's a bam. Boy, I'll tell you, he didn't see that freight train coming, did he?
He didn't, but we did.
Yeah, Calvin Henderson was there to put the shoulder pads on Mr. Bivens.
And that's a tough one because you're looking back for the ball. You have no idea what's coming from downfield. So good job hanging on to the ball.
2nd down and 5. Sprague looking, rolling, throwing it away. 2nd down.
And it's interesting too. You would think run your receivers to the sideline too.
Correction. 3rd down. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Down by 10. Clock management key.
Bivens. Again, 1 minute and 20 seconds. That last pass stopped the clock with the incompletion. Need to have a sense of urgency. You don't see that, do you?
What's that? Ooh, slipped it in.
And they somehow complete that pass to Overton. Cameron Overton. Harris was there defensively, but 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. That was the 16th play of this drive. Remember, this drive started at their own 29-yard line. And there's the handoff to Bivens, and Bivens is not going to go anywhere, not going to get there. And there's a timeout. I think the first timeout is going to be used by Coach Woody. So they had 3. Because Sean Spraggins was the man who made sure that not much damage was done on that 3rd down play. Or first down play, I should say. So it's 2nd down and goal right now. And we have a player down on the field. Maybe they didn't have to call a timeout because the player down is a Texas Southern player, looks like.
So as they try to rub that cramp out, this is the situation right now. So Bethune-Cookman, one of 2 things. You get a quick touchdown, and you got to go for the onside kick. You get a field goal, onside kick. So they're still in it. But again, the loss of clock does not help them as this thing ticks away.
And of course, next week, John and I will be down in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. We'll see their homecoming and a battle of 2 of the top running backs in the SWAC. Jarvian Howard from Alcorn State and Jonas Davis from Pine Bluff. Gabe Smith was the player a little shaken up there. He's going off under his own power. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, got another homecoming for us, Charlie.
Sure do.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I think it's unofficial, but
Can we
it
eat
seems
well?
well, yeah, it seems every campus we go to, though, you are a king. So whether it's homecoming or not, it's the Charlie Neal show. I'm just telling you, people who see in the audience and the groupies, the guys, it's everybody wants a piece of Charlie Neal. It's just how it is. I'm used to it. You know how many pictures I've taken of you? When they hand me their phone, you know, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'll get you guys. So I'm your personal valet.
Should be second down and goal. The down marker still has 1 on it. And here's Sprague looking to run under pressure. Lets it go and knocked away, and it's caught. Oh, no.
Got through. Went through a few hands.
It went through a lot of hands. Looked like it was caught there for a moment.
Everybody got a fingerprint on that one.
Yeah. Tink Boyd looked like he might have come up with it.
We'll see it one more time. He slings it and had to get it over the defender. Great job jumping up there. Zip. Nope.
Oh, it went behind him. Yeah. Perry Wells defending. It is 3rd down and goal. And of course, let's look at Bethune-Cookman, what they have coming up the rest of the season. They play Southern University at home next week. Then they go to Grambling. We'll see that game in a couple weeks on October 28th. And they'll close out the season against Mississippi Valley, Alabama A&M. And of course, that game against Southern really will not be played here at this stadium. They're going to play it up in Jacksonville because it's October Bike Week or something. Oktoberfest.
So the bikers take over.
Yeah, they take over the town. They start taking it over tomorrow.
You're not bringing your Harley, are you?
No, I'm not. I can't ride next week. But anyway, they'll play that game in Jacksonville, Florida, and then they'll play that Florida A&M game in Orlando, the Florida Classic. Sprague back to pass. Sprague looking in the end zone. One-handed grab.
Good catch.
And it's a catch by, guess who? Mr. Bivens.
How about that? Coming out of the backfield. Had the quarterback rolling to the right and just slipped him out under, and he returned that and fired it back across his body. Good pass, great catch.
7-yard pass to Bivens.
Look at that, sticks it up, one-handed paw, looking like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes, indeed.
Nice pull.
Here in the 4th quarter with 35 seconds to go. And trying to pull again.
This PAT
we know we're going to get an onside kick, right?
Exactly.
And it's 31, 34, 31. With 35 seconds to go.
We've seen crazier. So this is a good job. Sprague turning back, and then Bivens, flypaper hands. Nice catch. He's had a really nice day for a young man who hasn't had a ton of playing time, coming in and just says, don't worry about it, I got you.
That drive started at their own 29-yard line, so that's a 71-yard drive. I think they used up something like
they've been munching
19 plays.
Jeez. Still being down, and they've just dominated the second half, but they are still in this thing, man. Got just over 30 seconds. Chance for an onside. 5
possessions in the second half for Bethune. 3 touchdowns. They punted 1, and they could have had another one. They should be leading in this game, but they throw that interception.
Yeah.
Texas Southern converted.
Well, yeah, that interception killed them. So again, they've had a great second half, a lot to build on, but you want to get the W. Moral victories, they don't register anywhere other than in people's fantasies. So they still have a chance. This onside kick is crucial. So let's see how they tee this up. They've got it to the left side of the field with only 4 players over here. As he winds and turns to the right, they're going to go strong over there and just student body. Everybody for the ball.
Cade Hector has it on the tee. And he's a redshirt sophomore from Sydney, Australia. And a timeout called by Texas Southern just to see what the lineup is for this Grambling team. So that's Texas Southern's first time out here.
Smart timeout.
They still have 2 remaining.
Yeah, and why not use it here? Because again, you're not going to have to try to save clock, but smart to take a look at what they're bringing to you on this onside kick.
And we talked about Texas Southern, 2 former players in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Of course, we know Michael Strahan being one of them. The other one being Winston Hill. And both are in the Black College Football Hall of Fame, as is Ken Burrow, former NFL wide receiver who played for the Saints and Oilers. But let's see what Coach Woody, Raymond Woody, Dials up here. His team down by 3 points. And again, we said they've lost 2 games, SWAC games, by a total of 11. If they lose that, would be 3 games by a total of 14.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that means you're in a game. You can win this. Here's the onside kick. Bounces up. Has
still free. It's still free.
Oh. Wow. And it was so close. It goes out of bounds on the far side. But they came so close.
He had a shot. He ran. It looked like Jalen Brown wasn't sure it was free because he ran right by it. If we can see on the replay, that ball was still springing free towards that sideline. Jalen Brown is making a move. Watch him on the right side. He's sprinting down. The ball's still loose. It gets through everybody. And Jalen Brown right there running for it and then runs right by it. Dive at it.
Get to it.
But lunge at it. Yeah, because he actually got by it as it was still bouncing. Put your body on it. I know he feels disappointed.
4 seconds went off the clock with that one. And Texas Southern, now remember, Bethune still has all 3 of their timeouts left with 31 seconds to go, so you just can't kneel down.
Yeah, right. You got to work a little bit.
You got to do something, right?
And you feel bad for Jalen Brown. You can tell he's on that sideline running that play through his head again, how he may have done that differently.
And they keep the ball on the ground, and now Bethune uses its first of 3 timeouts that they have remaining.
So again, with a handful of timeouts, you could do something here, force them to continue to try and get that first down. If they can stop them here, it's still possible.
A 1-yard gain on that play. Of course, Texas Southern, we'll see them at the end of the season. Just looking at what they have coming up, they'll play Florida A&M the 21st. I believe that's maybe their homecoming there in Houston. Then they travel to Baton Rouge to take on Southern. They'll travel to Jackson State, and then they'll close out the season against Alcorn and Arkansas Pine Bluff. We'll be there for that game on November 18th against Arkansas Pine Bluff. So 2nd down and 9. And again, they keep the ball on the ground. Now Bethune uses its 2nd timeout. Conroy Cunningham there to make the stop. 23 seconds of time remaining.
And the key for Texas Southern, Charlie, because you know you have to hang on to this ball, you just got to grip down on that thing like a vice grip, and you don't let go, because a turnover could be deadly. But you can't just kneel, as you pointed out, on that ball, so they've got to put it into play. With the timeouts coming from BCU, they've got a chance to kind of strategically force their hand.
Well, that's the important thing. You know, we talk about this being the 9th time these 2 teams met, the first time since Bethune has joined the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and just a 2nd home game for Bethune this year. And I said even the game that they have next week is not going to be a home game, not in this stadium, against Texas Southern. I mean, against Southern University, rather. They're going to have to play that up in Jacksonville, Florida. So it's 3rd and 6 right now. Bethune with 1 timeout remaining with 23 seconds left on the clock. Straight ahead. First down is gained.
Breaks free.
And here's Owens still down the sideline. That's Darius Owens, and he stops short of the goal line. He is a smart player, isn't he?
Well, that, you know what, in essence it is, but if you score, it's not going to matter anyway, because you're going to be up by what? 10. So yeah, he could have gone ahead and got himself a touchdown. So again, I get it. I like it. Run the clock out, because now they can. So I'll give him credit, but it wouldn't hurt had he scored.
51 seconds. I mean, 51 yards rather. 13 seconds remaining on that run. You're talking about one whale of an afternoon for that young man, and they are going into the victory formation right now. Even though Bethune has 1 timeout remaining, he stopped, and the clock continued to run.
Yeah, so game over.
Game over. They moved the chains. They got the first down. Game's over.
He's like, I got almost 300 all-purpose yards, 3 touchdowns already. Let's just hang it up, get home.
Join us next Saturday. We tell the Arkansas Pine Bluff. Alcorn and Pine Bluff. Charlie Neal saying so long from Daytona Beach. You've been watching college football on HBCU Go Sports, powered by the Griot. Thanks for being with us. See you next week.
Great game.
I did not.
Excuse me. I ain't trying to hear all that now, right?
What, Daddy?
And then we have sex.
Tasha.
Let's get it on.
I tried to have that talk with you when you was a little girl. That talk with you about sex. You didn't want to hear nothing about it. Now look at you.